feel this tide choke my neck and I just wonder why I'm buried in a suit I'd never buy, a suit I'd never buy. Cufflinks on my wrist, I can't act surprised when the shovels hit dirt in the earth. Did they start to die? Since I was 17, I've been looking for a place to make me be complete. I've been looking all alone out there for anything to make me feel alive. Bring me back to life.
Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any
All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League. It is finally that time of the season. We are here for the grand finals, day number 1, coming at you right here. I am Rockerman, Nemesis director and host for tonight. We're going to be doing a little bit of a pre-show for the grand finals before we get into all the action. It should be a lot of fun. And before I introduce my lovely friends around me here, got to give a quick shout out to Jack Zoe, coming back for 26 months. Thank you so much for the support. Our glorious trial mod. Best of luck in your trial mod endeavors, and appreciate the support as always. So, but yeah, let me introduce our lovely cast here as we'll be talking about all the action leading up to tonight's events. So first off, we got our senior management member and our website and development lead. We got Mr. Mallow. Mallow, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Rocker Man. I feel like you like to throw in that senior part of the management member piece all the time, but it's that time, man, and I'm excited. Lots of high octane action is coming up this week. I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely a good time. You know, I gotta throw it in there. You know, gotta give you props. You're like the top of the top, second in command. You know, so gotta give you the. It has nothing to do with the age. It's just second in command. But yeah. Also, we got Mr. Merely, who's apparently been a caster since his day of birth.
Yeah, I don't really have any fancy titles or anything, so just wanted to put out that I've been here a while, seen a lot of grand finals, and this is the highest stakes we've ever had for the grand finals, so I'm super excited to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some great matches, and I can't wait to get right into it.
Yes, sir. There's a lot at stake. The biggest prize pool in Nemesis history here tonight. So there's going to be a lot of action on the pitch for sure. And lastly, certainly not least, we got Dan, the news team lead, and the GM of the Sub-Zero org. Dan, how are you doing?
Rocker Man, I'm doing fantastic. It feels like I'm here every single grand finals. I'm back for another preview show. I'm happy to be here, Rocker.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you. Always good to have you back in the booth here for this pre-show. It's always fun. But yeah, folks, we are going to get right into it shortly. Season 10 was a pretty crazy season, to say the least. A lot has been on the line here. Like we said, the biggest prize pool, over $2,100 in the prize pool this season, the biggest in Nemesis history. I believe last season it was only around 500. So we had a big increase this season. Want to bring the hype for the last season before the full reset, and these teams definitely came to play. And let's quickly go through things. We're gonna go league by league here down the list. We're gonna start with Titan, work our way down to novice, and we're going to kind of preview, these grand finals potential matchups here. So let's kick things off in the Titan League, where it's a little bit different than our normal season interview. We have Bananas, who have clinched a spot in the grand finals already. We also have Gravity versus Venganza, which is actually going to happen right after this pre-show. The last semifinal, kind of going to build us into all the grand finals tonight. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about these two teams. We got Gravity versus Venganza. Mallow, what can you tell us about Gravity through the regular season?
Yeah, Gravity, they went 11-7 during the regular season, finishing as the 5th seed. But the thing is, they won 8 of their last 10 matches in the regular season, which is very, very impressive, especially in the Titan League and how close it's been.
Yeah, it is a very competitive Titan League, to say the least. And Venganza, on the other hand, their opponent tonight, right after this pre-show, is 10-8 in the regular season. They finished as the 7 seed, but that's only for them to be the 7 seed. The number 1 seed was 12-6, so only a 2-match difference between those two. Venganza, they signed Kratos right after the All-Star break, and they've won 6 of the last 9 since, led by a good old Mr. Ren, who we'll see tonight. It is going to be a good one for sure to see who is going to come out of that matchup and face off in the grand finals against this Bananas squad, Muriel, who had a solid regular season as well.
And yeah, Bananas managing to get that number 2 seed in arguably one of the most competitive Titan seasons ever. That's a massive ordeal, finishing off 12-6 in the regular season, and being able to snag that 2nd seed. That's not something you see every season, but they've earned their spot here. And even still, they went on a 7. They won 7 of their 8 last regular season games. So definitely proved that they've earned this spot. Now, one last test for them, but they still don't even know who they're facing yet.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be watching this matchup to see how it's going to shake out here. And Mallow, we talked a little bit about these two teams. What can you tell us about how we kind of got to this point?
Yeah, so Gravity, they kind of, I guess you could kind of say at this point they've had it a little easy because they had their first game was a forfeit win over Vanguard. So not much to see on them in the playoffs here, but we'll see what they're made of here coming up shortly. Venganza, they were swept by the Dragons in the play-ins, and then their playoff hopes, it was in their hands. They had to face a very hot Grandmasters that swept the Blizzard, and sorry, Dan, but they went on to sweep the Grandmasters to get and face the opportunity to against the Godfathers, which they were able to sweep. I don't think it was a sweep, but they were able to defeat them. I believe it was 4-1. So that leads to tonight's matchup. And then, of course, on the other side, Bananas, who already secured their spot, they won in a thriller against the Dragons 4-3. And then for the semifinals, they beat the number 3 seeded Inferno 4-2.
Yeah, definitely some solid teams, and we're definitely going to see 2 of them tonight. Reminder: Gravity versus Venganza happening right after this pre-show at 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys stick around for that one. It is going to be a good one, kind of lead into our grand finals action, which we'll talk a little bit more about those later. But yeah, the grand finals for the Titan League, though, it is on Wednesday. So it'll be day 2. We kind of split them up this season. We got Monday and Wednesday. So Novice and Prospect tonight, and Challenger, Rival, and Titan on Wednesday. So this matchup, 10 p.m. on Wednesday. It is definitely going to be a good one. Bananas waiting to see their opponent, but it'll definitely be a spicy one, to say the least. And let's talk some predictions here, folks. We kind of gotta talk about 2 little things. First, we gotta do the prediction for tonight's matchup, who Bananas are going to face in the grand finals, and then who is going to win the grand finals. So I'll start with you, Mr. Dan. Who do you got winning tonight, and who do you got winning the grand finals?
Well, my prediction says it all, and I think I'm the only one that actually is going to have this. But give me Arrow and Gravity. I think they're going to win the night. Then I think they're going to take home the chip.
Alrighty, we will have to see about that for sure. It's a bold prediction. Would love to see some Gravity chaos. There's already been some chaos. We'll see if they can do it here. Mallow, who are you predicting tonight, and who do you got winning the grand finals?
Oh man! So, uh, as Dan mentioned, I think he's the only one on that island, on the Gravity Island there. But tonight, I think Venganza is going to outlast Gravity. It's going to be a tough matchup, just like Titan has been all season. But when it comes to the grand finals, I think Venganza is going to best the Bananas and become the season 10 champions.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Merely, how about you?
Yeah, I'm also a believer in Venganza. I think they're gonna come out. I think they're gonna beat Gravity in the night, and I think they're gonna take the chip. I think they've got in them. I think they're the best team in Titan this season, and I have faith in them to win 4-1 in the grand final.
Alrighty, fair enough. And then my prediction here to round things out, I'm also taking Venganza tonight. I would love to see Gravity pull off maybe a pseudo upset. It's kind of weird because Gravity's the 4 seed, Venganza's the 8 seed. I would kind of love to see that tonight, but I do think Venganza with Ren are going to outlast a little bit there. And then, yeah, I have got Venganza in the grand finals winning it as well as the 8 seed. I just think Titan League has been so close, but I think Ren and company are going to take care of business. I've got Venganza in 7 over the Bananas, so we will have to see if that's how things shake out. But yeah, best of luck to all those teams, and we'll see tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, Gravity versus Venganza determine the last semifinal or last grand finalist there for the Titan League. Let's quickly move along now to the rival league here, as we have another spicy matchup here. We have Galaxy versus the Knights. This is bound to be a good one. I've got my eyes all over this matchup merely, and Galaxy, they definitely had a regular season to remember.
Yeah, an extremely dominant regular season, 16-2. Even though they did end up losing their last match of the regular season to a rival, they still got that number 1 seed and well worth it. The only other loss was to the number 2 Mafiosos, and about as dominant a run as you can get, unless we're counting undefeated, which we also have more to talk about that later. But Galaxy, they've looked great so far, and they've kept up their form, looking to bring it to the finals.
Yeah, definitely so. And they're going to be going up against a Knights team that is looking good here. 12-6 regular season, finish as the 3 seed on the board there. And they also ended the regular season on a 4-match winning streak. They have been looking hot for sure. And both these teams, Mallow, I think they're looking pretty good based on their runs to get here.
Yeah, absolutely. The Galaxy defeated the number 8 seeded Lightspeed 4-2, and then they went on to the semifinals to face the Pineapples, the number 5 seeded Pineapples, in a Game 7 thriller that they had with the Pineapples, barely edging them out 4-3, and then of course the Knights barely edging out the number 6 Mafiosos, Game 7 again with them, and then 4-1 over the number 2 seeded Hydra, which just like Titan, Rival has been tightly contested too. Not as much as Titan, but still, to be able to beat the number 2 seed here is very impressive.
Yeah, no, watching that matchup there, the Knights definitely had a very impressive performance over Hydra. Maybe a shocker to some. I thought the series was going to go a little bit longer, but the Knights just looked so dominant in that one. But yeah, this matchup is going to be happening Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, the Rival League Grand Finals. Actually, sorry, this should be 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern. Correction on that one. 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday for the Rival League Grand Finals. This one is going to be a good one. Let's get into the predictions, Dan. I'm going to throw it to you once again. Who do you got in this one?
Both these teams have had a very good season overall, but I think one is better than the other. You know, there has to be one. So I got Galaxy in 6. I think they are an overall better roster and are just more fluent in their gameplay.
Fair enough, Mallow. How about you?
Oh man, I'm going for an upset here, Rocker man. I think the Knights, with how dominant they looked over at Hydra, I think they're going to give the Galaxy team a run for their money and actually beat them in 6. I'm going to go the opposite of what Dan said there.
Alrighty, fair enough. Merely, what is your prediction for this one?
Well, I gotta believe in Galaxy here. I think they are the roster more likely to take this one. I think it will be extremely close, probably one of the most close matchups we have in the grand finals. But I believe in the chemistry of Boy Wonder and Ventus to overcome. So that's why I got Galaxy in 7.
Galaxy in 7. All right, fair enough. And then my prediction here, this one was a tough one for me. I hotly debated. I agree with Merely. I think it's gonna be one of the closest ones, closest grand finals we might have. I think it's going the distance to 7. I am going with the Knights. However, I think Foam and company are gonna get the chip, led by our glorious T-Man in that beautiful car there. I think the Knights are going to edge it out here. I think it's going to be very close. Galaxy could easily take this one too, but I think this is the season. I think it comes full circle. I think Foam can take down Ventus. There's a lot of parallels to Season 1 in the Challenger League with this one, where Ventus won the Grand Finals, but I think the script is flipping here. I think the Knights are going to take this one in 7. But we will have to see how that one shakes out. Wednesday at 9 p.m. for that one. So make sure you guys are tuned in. That is set to be an absolute banger for sure. And then let's keep things rolling though. We got a lot to talk about. Let's head to the Challenger League now, as we have another spicy one. We have the Griffins taking on Venom here. Merely, what can you tell us about the Griffins in the regular season?
Well, what can I say about the Griffins that everyone doesn't already know? I mean, they had a crazy good regular season run. Pretty much everyone from the beginning was touting them as the best team in Challenger. And so far, they've pretty much proved that to be true. Just one series left to confirm it. They went 15-3 in the regular season, only losing those 3 series. One thing I did notice, though, when I was going back and looking at some of the series they played, is that in the regular season, 50% of their series went to Game 5. So 50% of their series were decided one goal or one game or the other. And I believe of 9 of those, they won 8. So they definitely had to fight to get here, but they've definitely also proven themselves to be the best so far.
Yeah, it's definitely some ice in the veins there to win all those game 5s. It is not easy, and I know merely we actually were in one of those game 5s against those Griffins. Unfortunately, we were on the losing end, so we know the pain of the Griffins there. We'll have to see if they can close it out this time. Mallow, what can you tell us about their opponent in Venom?
So Venom, not as a successful season as the Griffins had, but still a very good season. They went 12-6 during the regular season, finishing as the 6th seed. And about halfway during the season, they did sign Bowser, which significantly helped them during that part of the season, that halfway part of the season. So good to see that run towards the end, and that's about what they did afterwards.
Yeah, Dan, what can you tell us about how these two teams made it through the postseason to get here?
Well, the Griffins had to play against Flame and the Wraiths, and out of those 2 series, Rockerman, they lost 3 total games. They beat Flame in 5 and then Wraiths in 6. It was very dominant fashion. And on the flip side of things with Venom, it was a little bit different. They actually won a Game 7 in the first round versus the Samurai, and that was a crazy game to begin with. I'm surprised they even won that, but they did. And then they beat Hellcats in 6 in the semifinals. And so Venom, they had a little bit harder time getting here. Doesn't matter. They made it to the dance, and that's all that matters, Rocker Man.
That's true. As long as you make it here, you got a chance to make it happen, and we're gonna have to see what these teams can do here. As yeah, that Venom run against Samurai. I know merely got the pleasure of casting that one. The 3-1 series lead. Samurai blew a 3-1 series lead. Venom able to come back with some crazy games, merely including that one that what was that 5-1 where they came back.
Yeah. That was some insane ice.
Yeah, that was crazy. So I mean, it's a battle of the ice right there. Venom have already come back from a big deficit in the postseason. You know, Griffins have won a lot of game 5s in the regular season, so who knows? This one could definitely go the distance. Wednesday at 8. But let's bring it around the horn once again for our predictions. Dan, once again, we'll throw it to you. Who do you got?
You got one of the best teams that came out of the draft and a team that was formed mid-season or clashing. So I think it's going to a Game 7, but I think the Griffins are going to edge it out in the end.
Got a game prediction for us, Dan?
7.
7.
Yeah, Game 7. The score is going to be 4-3.
Oh, okay. Even the score prediction. All right, love that. Game 7, 4-3. We'll have to see if the Dan plan is in effect for that one. We will see. Mallow, how about you? Who do you got in this one?
He was so confident in that one, he actually gave a score. So I think the Griffins are gonna just be too much for the Venom, but the Venom are gonna put up a fight. Unfortunately, I think the Venom are gonna make one too many mistakes and it's going to cost them some close games. So I have the Griffins in 5.
Alrighty, Griffins in 5. Merely, what is your take on this one?
Honestly, as great as of a season as it's been for the Griffins, I think Venom got this one. Griffins have shown themselves to be weak in some areas. I mean, they went to Game 5 against us. We didn't even make the play-ins. And I think Venom, they already capitalized once. They beat Griffins in Game 5 in the regular season. I expect this to be an extremely close matchup, but I think Venom take it in 7.
Alrighty, Venom in 7. And then lastly, my prediction on this one, I also think it'll be an interesting series. I don't think it'll be as close as some are expecting. I think the Griffins are going to come out solid. I think that Venom is going to put up a good fight, though. I do like that the Bowser and Yukio combination over there on that roster. But I've got the Griffins in this one. I'm going Griffins in 6, 4-2. But I do think Venom will put up a fight, get us to a Forbidden Temple. But I think the Griffins will be able to lock it down and take home the chip that some say they should have had last season. But they're trying to repeat here. They made it back to the grand finals this time. Hopefully they will show up and play the matchup this time around. And if they do, I think they're going to take it. So we'll have to see that one Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then let's move on to what we've got going on tonight, folks, as these next 2 matches, the Prospect and the Novice League, are happening tonight. So let's get into it here. We have Wyverns versus Faded. A very interesting combination of teams here in this one, merely in the Prospect League. What can you tell us about our good old Wyverns?
Finally, the Wyverns in the grand final. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to talk about the regular season, but gotta shout out C Money in chat because I just saw him shout me out. Love you, boo. And they're finally here. They earned it through their regular season, going 12-6. Finishing as the 4th seed, so not even the strongest start to the season there, but signing Clouds on May 5th was a good move. Turned out to be a fantastic move, actually, as it pulled back their season. They were able to win the last 5 games of the regular season, and now we've got to see how they do in this grand finals.
Yeah, definitely. So they are maybe a little bit of an underdog here. I mean, not necessarily in this matchup, but I think an underdog in the postseason. We'll talk about their run in a bit here. But talking about Faded in the regular season, they ended up 10-8 on the regular season, so kind of finished in the middle of the pack there. They ended up as the 8th seed, had to fight their way through the play-in tournament. They signed Breaking Coin and Boomclanger about halfway through the season on May 14th, and they are actually the lowest seed to make the grand finals this season for Nemesis. So we're gonna have to see if they can pull off the underdog story, looking for that first ever championship for the Deviation org. So a lot is riding on Faded's back here. We're gonna have to see if they can get it done. And let's throw it to Dan here. What can you tell us about how these 2 teams got to this point?
So we're going to start with the higher seed of the Wyverns. So in the first round, they got a forfeit win over my Flurry team. Sad times. I can't believe we forfeited. And then their true first test in the playoffs, they had to play against the Banshees, the number 1 seed all season. They beat them in 6, and that was a well-earned win. So they definitely earned their spot in the grand finals. And on the Faded side of things, like you said, they came in from the play-ins, which that's hard to do as is, because you have to win a best of 5, possibly even 2. But they were actually in the upper bracket of the play-in, so they beat the Warhawks in 4. Then they got slotted up against Bandits. I can't even talk. Bandits in 5, which that was a pretty good game. And then they beat Vipers in Game 7. That was a hell of a match. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but that was a hell of a match. And both these teams truthfully earned their spot here in the grand finals, Rocker Man. And I think it's going to be closer than what people think it's going to be.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good one. They both definitely have earned it for sure. And Mallow, give us a little preview of what we can expect tonight.
Yep. As Rocker Band mentioned, that match is happening tonight at 9, right after the semifinals. That we're gonna see who makes it to the Titan Grand Finals, the second opponent for the Bananas, the opponent for Bananas. But the Wyverns, they knocked out last season's champions, as Dan mentioned, beating the Banshees. So that means we're gonna have new champions this season. Will they crown themselves as that? Or will the Faded defense be able to hold on? And I'll mention it in my prediction here shortly, but I do have my thoughts on that.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be an interesting one to say the least. Dan, I'm going to throw it to you. Who do you got? Is it the Wyverns or is it Faded taking home the Prospect Championship tonight?
Give me the Wyverns. I think they had a better run in the playoffs. Like I said, they only played one round in the semifinals, but I think they've proved more over the entire season to get them over the edge here.
Alrighty. Fair enough. Mallow, what about you? Let's give us your thoughts on this one. Who's taking it all?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Wyverns here. The Clouds buff has been absolutely insane, and watching Clouds and this Wyverns team during the postseason, especially like as Dan mentioned over that Banshees team, that convinced me. I don't see how even Faded's brick wall of a defense is going to be able to stop them from losing this. So I have Wyverns in 6.
Alrighty. Merely, how about you?
I think it's Wyvern in time, and I think they're going to be the ones to take this one. I see we got a 4-1 prediction, 4-2 prediction. I guess I'll keep the trend going. My original prediction was 4-3 to the Wyverns. I think they're going to beat out the Fade defense and take the chip.
Alrighty, we'll have to see. And then on for my prediction here. I thought about this one, and I'm rocking with Faded here in 7 in this one. I think the Faded defense is going to be strong in this matchup. I think they're going to be able to do just enough to shut down Clouds. I think the win over Banshees, I wouldn't say fraudulent, but they didn't have to play against Nuki. I think that could have been a different result if that were the case. So I am going with Faded here. I think the first ever championship for Deviation is coming home. I will be rooting for them. Well, try not to be biased in my casting, but I will be rooting for them a little bit. Always love to see the potential underdogs win it. So I got Faded in 7 in this matchup. That one tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, right after, as Melo mentioned, our semifinal in the Titan League. So yeah, let's continue, guys, right along. We got only a couple minutes remaining, so let's quickly get through the Novice League here, where we have Wisps taking on Frost here in this one, and I'll quickly preview the Wisp for us. These guys have been a juggernaut in the Novice League all season long. Went through the regular season undefeated 18-0, joining the Krakens as the only 2 teams in Nemesis history to go 18-0. And they're trying to do what only one team has done for an entire season, which is get the perfect season. The Drakes back in season 3, they went 19-0, had the perfect season, won the championship. Wisps right now, they are on 20-0 this season, looking to make it 21-0. We'll have to see if they can do it merely against this Frost squad who has been on a roll.
And they have been on a roll. I mean, it's a tough shadow to live in the Novice League, but they've done well to have their own fantastic season. They only lost 3 series in the regular season, making it 15-3, and one of those even was a forfeit, so fraudulent loss. They did get swept by the Wisps early on in the regular season, but that was very early on. I want to say week 2 or so. And then at the end of the season, they did go on a 12 series win streak to end their season. So I don't know. That might be the second longest streak in Nemesis this season, and it's only second to the Wisps, who they're going up against. So definitely, probably the best 2 teams in Novice we got matching up. That one's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, definitely so. And both these teams, Mallow, have been making some solid runs to get here, taking care of business.
Yeah, absolutely. And we look at the Wisps and what they did here in the playoffs. They barely squeaked by the Ignite team, beating them in Game 7 in a thrilling series too. That Ignite team put up a big time fight, but they were able to defeat them. And then after that, they went and handled the Psychonautic-less Vikings in a 4-0 sweep. They had to use their 4th, which showcases, in the Vikings retrospect there, that depth is sometimes something you need. So, but the Wisps were able to handle them, so they moved on here to the grand finals. And then back on the Frost side, though, they defeated Diffusion in the quarterfinals, which, just like Prospect, now guarantees a new novice champion this season. So when they went to the semifinals, they were able to defeat the number 6 seeded Whelps.
Yeah, definitely some solid runs. Like you mentioned, both these teams taking care of business. Dan, give us a little preview of this novice matchup for tonight.
So this matchup is tonight, like we said. It's at 10 o'clock Eastern. And like we were talking about, Wisp are going for that undefeated season. But a little nugget, the one team that you did say, the Krakens, Rocker Man. What team do you think beat them on their undefeated season? That's right. It was a Sub-Zero team. It's going to happen tonight. Frost. Yes.
Well, I guess Dan, we're kind of getting your prediction. What do you? I know you're rooting for Frost here, obviously. What? Give us a game prediction in this one.
All right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Frost. Of course, it's not even gonna be close. No, I'm not gonna do that. Frost, I think, is gonna edge it out in Game 7, overtime, 3-2.
Alrighty, we're gonna have to see about that one. Mallow, what are you thinking about this matchup?
Stop gonna get the winning goal.
That's oddly specific. So I actually do have to agree with Dan in the sense that I think Frost is going to defeat them, defeat the Wisps here in Game 7. But the reason for that is because the way that I saw Ignite play the Wisps, I think Frost is even better than that, and I think Frost can step it up and actually defeat this Wisps team and destroy their hopes and dreams of that perfect season.
Alrighty, well, we'll have to see if they're able to do that. Undefeated season maybe go down. Merely, are you on that train too? Is Frost gonna end the hopes and dreams of the Wisps?
Nah.
Nah.
I think the Wisps got this. I've seen them play a lot this season. They look fantastic. They got Vokes. They just look so good. I think there's a lot of potential for it to be close. I think the Frost could do it. I'm not going to say there's not a chance, but I think the Wisps are going to close out the most perfect season ever with the best record, beating out the Drakes. I think they're going to do it in 6 games, Wisps 4-2.
Alrighty. Fair enough. We're gonna have to see. I'm also sticking with Merely here. I think we're gonna see some Nemesis history tonight. I think 21-0 is inbound. I do think it'll be a Game 7. I'm agreeing with Dan and Mallow. I think it's gonna be close. Frost have been very, very hot. It wouldn't surprise me if they do take this one. But I think the Wisps, they've clutched up to this point. When you've gotten this far, I don't think you crumble in the final game. I think they take it. I take it all the way here. 21-0. I think history will be made here tonight. We're going to have to see that matchup at 10 p.m. Eastern. But folks, we have to get moving right along here into our action for tonight. We've got one semifinal matchup coming your way. It's finally that time, everybody. Make sure you guys sit back and get ready for tonight's action. We're going to kick things off in the Titan League for the semifinals, and then we've got all the grand finals action tonight, prospect and novice coming your way later, so make sure you guys are sticking around, staying tuned and enjoy it. But for now, let's send it on over to the matchup here in the Titan League. We've got Merely and Mallow in the booth here for the last Titan League semifinal between Gravity and Venganza. Merely, take it away.
Well, welcome back. Long time no see, guys. We are going to have a great matchup to get into, but before we do that, let me go ahead and introduce the other caster who you guys have not seen in ages, and that would be Mallow. Mallow, how's it going?
It's going great. I can't wait to get this one started. Merely, it's great to be here. Great to be back. It's been such a long time since I've been here on the booth. So, wow. Looking at who's in the lobby too, this is going to be a good one.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is not quite the pinnacle. This is the semifinal matchup that we've been waiting for. Gravity versus Venganza, to see who is going to get to go and challenge the Bananas in the grand final. But it still should be a fantastic matchup, and maybe a little bit redundant. But if you've just tuned in, we gotta do it again. Can I get your prediction for this one?
You know what's funny? I already forgot what I said. No, I'm just kidding. I think Venganza is going to win this one. I'm trying to think of what game though. I'm thinking maybe game 6 is what I'm thinking.
Game 6, so a 4-2 in favor of Venganza.
Yes.
Fantastic. I think I'm probably along the same lines. Well, I know I am along the same lines. I think Venganza are going to take it. As far as games, we didn't get down to that in the pre-show, but I think this is probably a Venganza win. Hopefully we see 7. I would say 4-3 here. But a little bit about these players, because I know there's been a lot of talk about Ren specifically, and he's the one that we've been looking at, and now we will get to see him in action. But it should be a good one. Blowing up on the kickoff here, and let's get right into it. Ghosty, Kratos, Ren. We've heard a lot of talk about all these players. Now it's time to put it to the test, see who is going to be the team to make it to the grand finals. Let's get right into it. And right off the kickoff, that one will get sent to LK. Tries to take the possession in the corner. Immediately dunked out. Some early aggression coming through, and LK, you can already see he loves to stay on that possession game, trying to get through already. And man, the pace of this is a nice mix-up. I've casted a lot of prospect games so far. I don't think I've actually casted a time game yet so far this season, Mallow. Very nice pace.
Yeah, the pace, I've actually casted quite a bit of Titan games. I think I'm on the opposite side over here merely. And yeah, the pace is fast and furious going out right here. And we saw a lot of offense here by the Gravity team early on, but you know, there's a chance for a counterattack here.
And there was a chance for the counterattack. There was also a chance for a straight-up attack from Gravity. Maybe put a couple of balls slightly off target. Ooh. Instead, it will be Kratos on the other side. He will fake that one under, and the first one gets on the board for Venganza.
Yeah, that was a great fake by Kratos. Didn't have any boost and just took his time and had the bottom part of that 50 to ensure that it stayed with him and was able to let that ball go in, and now they're up first with 4 minutes remaining.
That's exactly how you want to get started out. Gravity might be feeling a little bit of regret, knowing they have already had chances, but plenty of game time to come back from Phoenix, putting on the flip reset. Not quite gonna make it in, as Ren, standing on the backboard, hits it away. Teamwork to get this ball out, but Gravity working overtime to try and make sure it stays in. That's a good air dribble past the entirety of the defense. Ren setting up his teammate. This one off the ceiling, not quite enough bounce to make a realistic shot happen. The ball is still now, once again, living in Gravity's half, and Kratos with the second one already. 2 in 2 minutes, he's popping off.
Yeah, absolutely. LK able to get around both defenders there. It looks like one of them didn't have any boost, and the other just barely got the ball played away from him by LK. Great pass there by LK.
That's great teamwork on defense and offense by Venganza. Looking like they are poised to go ahead and take the lead in this series. They want that grand finals run. Let's see what defense Gravity can put up, and so far it hasn't been much. They are staying alive on the defense for now, but other than a little bit of pressure from Gravity, I mean, Mallow, Venganza have been the ones who look really threatening here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if we're to see any change, we should see it pretty soon by this Gravity team. Otherwise, they're in for a very, very long series, or short series, depending how you look at it, right? So I think they need to do something here soon. Otherwise, they're gonna be down in this series early.
That is definitely not something you want to be up against, especially against a team that most people are pairing you up as an underdog against. Gravity, they weren't able to even play their quarterfinal matchup. They did take it with a forfeit. Has that been up? Ooh, that's a tough miss. I think they might have been made to jump by the defender, but another one for Venganza.
Oh man, you hate to see that. I don't think there were any defenders nearby either there merely. They just that just did not look pretty, and they're down big here early.
Yeah, it looked like maybe, if anything, a miscommunication, since both jumped at the same time. I'm sure they heard each other, but that is not the look you want to give in the semifinals. And maybe nerves, maybe just miscommunication, maybe a combination of both. But either way, you're down 3 goals and facing being put down even more. Kratos will send that one home. LK trying to contest this one on the mid side, but Ren's going to be the one, once again, air dribbling it out of defense. Not a care in the world. It looks completely secure. The ball just living in Gravity's end right now. A team bump comes through. A little bit of awkwardness on the goal line. They can't put that shot on. It wasn't quite the easiest shot ever, but that is a miss from Venganza. they won't get punished on the other end, and they're still looking comfortable as we're approaching the end of game number 1 here. I mean, they have not looked like they've even put up a sweat here so far.
Yeah, absolutely not at all. And even though Gravity has 5 shots, it's just the offense of Venganza that's been relentless here. And so, I don't know what the Gravity team needs to do right yet, but they definitely need to figure out something during this not timeout, but during this little break in between games.
Most definitely, and even try to get that thread started now. I mean, going down 0-3 isn't the worst scoreline in the world. If you could maybe put together 1 or 2 goals, that's a nice pass play, but the final shot is slightly off target. There was some defenders ready for it as well. It's a good play out of them, though. I like to see that the energy is still there. They're still trying to adapt and figure out what's going to work to take down Venganza here. So far, nothing pushing through, but 20 seconds left. They've probably pretty much given up on coming back in this game. Just trying to look forward, get some more momentum. It will get an extra save for their troubles. Definitely won't be taking this game, but they could potentially get another goal. Phoenix will 50 in the midfield. Now a little bit of a possession play, but that one's sent up. In 0 seconds here, Mallow. I mean, it was pretty much complete domination from Venganza in this game. Gravity gonna be maybe a little shell-shocked after that.
Yeah, and you mentioned nerves or potential miscommunication on that one particular play, and nerves overall. And I can say from experience, I had in my quarterfinal playoff game that I had, we hadn't played in over a month, and it definitely showed. The break for Gravity, maybe that was something that affected them too. We don't know, but at the same time, you got to keep in mind this is Titan League. You're at the cream of the crop. You can't have off days, especially when you're in the semifinals right now.
Yeah, you really can't afford to, and you'd expect, since this is Titan, even though they have had a lot of time off, especially getting that quarterfinals forfeit since the regular season, you would still think they're playing plenty of hours a week, but sometimes that won't translate as well into tournament, into team play like this. Maybe they are just barely getting back into their rhythm. It'll take, hopefully, not too many games for them if that is the case. So is LK sending one home. Phoenix barely putting that one off target. There's not much boost already on the side of Gravity here, just still trying to play keep away. But they are doing so successfully so far. Phoenix challenging into the corner. That one's flying high over, but LK recognizes there's no danger just yet. Although the danger might be looming. That one's still safe in the corner, and Kratos will get a clear out. LK trying to send to himself. Can't get the double touch, and now it's back the other way. Gravity will get a top shelf banger in there, and they're starting off game 2 much different than game 1.
Oh, yeah, what a pass there. Up to Ghosty, and oh man, beautiful, beautiful touch. This is exactly what you wanted to see if you're a Gravity's fan, or if you're on the Gravity team starting this game 2, because game 1 did not look like anything like that. So they're down in the series, up in this game.
It is still an early start to game 2, but that's pretty much the best result you can ask for after going down 0-1. Will this rejuvenate Gravity, or Venganza going to snatch it back? That will be the question. This one's sent across into the midfield. Ghosty trying to pass this one middle, can't make contact. That will give LK a free touch. Passes it up to Kratos, actually, but the pre-jump, it's just lingering in the midfield. Perfectly met. Now Ren has an opportunity for a shot. That one's just off. Phoenix tries to clear it as best as he can, but still a little bit dangerous. LK will get it on target. Defense is still back. Kratos sending it across, and another shot being sent at the net of Gravity. Still holding on, but now there's a double commit. A little bit of miscommunication on the other side, and this could be a chance for Gravity, sending it on target. Ren just barely blocks it out. So far in this game, Venganza have not been as successful in their attacks. I mean, haven't been able to score a single goal. I feel like they were already at 3 goals up by the time of game 1 last time.
Yeah, they were. They were just a little bit further in, but as we say that, they now score. So now we're tied back up. But yeah, their offense definitely cooled down a little bit after after game one. So close call there by Ghosty. But one thing I was going to say merely right before that goal happened was one thing I noticed earlier in the matchup, and you picked up on it, was the boost starvation or potential management on the Gravity side wasn't there, but they still managed to score a goal. So if they can at least continue that management piece to where they can keep some boost to score goals, then they'll continue to stay in this game.
That's very true. I think even at that point, they had a couple people maybe with half tanks at most, but they were able to manage that boost efficiently enough to get that goal. And that is one thing with highly aggressive teams like Venganza. They will present opportunities to counterattack. It's just if you can manage to get a good enough counterattack. But still, we're at a tie game with most of the game gone by now. Gravity and Venganza locked in, and of course an important game too is this one sent high. Ren will clear it out to LK, but not much boost for LK to take advantage. Tries to get the touch middle, but nothing coming of it. This one almost at a dangerously free net. Gray can't quite get the double touch. Trying to make it happen. Wasn't quite meant to be that time. Now Kratos in a 1v1. Goes for the bump perhaps, but can't quite find it. This one will be sent off to the side. A bit of a lull in the middle of game two here as both teams are fighting to take and regain the edge.
Yeah, someone needs to take control of the mid here in order to get a hold of this game here, and I've definitely noticed that the Venganza team has slowed down a little bit from, especially compared to game one, so we'll see who gets control of the mid here, because I think that's going to be who scores next.
I think you're probably spot on with that take there. Seems like, Gravity, they just haven't allowed Venganza to get as much control over the boost, as much control over the space on the field, but Gravity, they're a different team in this game too, as Gray can't quite put that one on target. Ghosty trying to find it middle. Not much boost in the midfield, and Ren can't save that one. Gravity go up again.
Oh man, Phoenix snuck that by the backside of Ren there, and Ren was just too far to the left there, too far near post, and just wasn't in the right spot to be able to react in time, and Phoenix was able to get that by, and now they're leading with about 40 seconds left.
And I gotta say, that's not really the best sign for the defense of Venganza to both being stuck in net. LK with 0 boost. Now Phoenix coming through with the flip reset, gets it over. It's not quite in. LK once again just making a heroic save on the goal line. I can't believe that one wasn't the game ender. And on the other side, it's Kratos once again. From almost being out of it to being heroic, they come back again.
Oh man, that looked like a little bit of a pinch there too. That ball was screaming. What a job there by Kratos to follow up there. Now we're tied with 20 seconds remaining. Will we see our first OT of the series?
I kind of hope so. An OT in these circumstances is pretty exciting. You gotta imagine already it's nerve-wracking at the end of this game. The second game definitely going to set the tone if Venganza can take it. If not, it just turns into a best of 5. But perhaps one more opportunity here for Ren, trying to keep this one going. LK will follow up on his touch. Can't get the follow though. Gravity choose to just let that ball hit the ground. Probably a wise choice, and we will head into our first overtime of the series of the grand finals weekend, but semifinals match, Mallow. And I'm curious, this is an important game. Who do you think is going to gain the edge here?
Well, before I could say, oh my goodness, I thought the Venganza team was about to score there. I don't know how it managed to stay there that long. Oh man, almost a rule 1 there too. Well, I didn't even get to finish a sentence. So Venganza, that was my prediction.
Wow, you truly are blessed with foresight. They should have scored like 20 seconds earlier, by the way. That miss from Kratos. I'll cut him some slack because he's been the main reason for Venganza's success so far. But that was a crazy miss. Still, Venganza, I mean, they kind of got, I felt like an accelerated version of their typical strategy there, which is just to starve Gravity into submission. It only took 30 seconds in that overtime, but for the most part, Gravity held on a lot better in that game too. Do you think they're on the right path now, or is there another element that they need to change to try and make their way back in the series?
They're definitely in the right path now. I think what they need to do is try see if they can add some bumps or demos to it, create some space and opportunities. Because half the time I do see at least one or two Vengaza defense members back in the net or pretty close to the net. You know, like either one on the wall or two on the ground, and they need to change that. Otherwise, they're not going to get the ball by. Although we did see it that one time with Phoenix, but that I think that's what they would need to do here. And you know, when I did my prediction earlier, merely that type of game right there is exactly why I was calling it the way I did, because they're going to be super close, and it's going to be one tiny mistake that's gonna cause the team to lose.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's a good shout out on the demos, especially noticing the players for Venganza. They do have two people on the ground more often than you usually see in Italian League games. Usually you have one person on the ground, maybe one person back post, or one person on the backboard, but they seem to get put in those positions. And I mean, without saying anything else, it's 2024. If you're losing a series, you're probably not demoing enough. We'll see if Gravity can adapt and make the same realization there, but for now we are well into game number 3. Another important one. In the game 7, it can be a battle of a long time, but Ren will break this one through for the first one. Venganza taking another lead.
Oh man, this is not what you want this early, especially this early against Venganza. If you're Gravity or a Gravity's fan, it's almost at the point now, merely like if they do lose this game, you have to call a timeout, right? Because you need to figure out something to reset. But then again, if you answer as quickly as you do there, maybe not.
Yeah, and are they going to lose this game? I mean, Ghosty hopes not, because he just dusted LK to that one. A little bit of an awkward spot for the defense, but that's a great response from Gravity. Exactly what they needed. They can't let Venganza go up 3-0 again, because leads have not been easy to come by, and multiple goals in quick succession have not been easy to come by either. Venganza, they've been put straight in this game 3. Now back to an even score line. Let them know it will not be that easy for them. Still a very even series so far. Not in terms of the game score line, but the games have been close. Gray getting this one through. Ren once again air dribbling this out of defense. That's one thing I'm kind of noticing for Ren. It seems like pretty much every time that they get into an awkward spot or never mind. Ghosty just shut me up. Ghosty coming through with another one, and he's going to put up Gravity 2-1. He seems to want this game 3 pretty bad.
Oh man, that second touch and pinched out there by Gray was beautiful, and was able to get that screaming over to Ghosty. Ghosty able to get a touch on it and get this Gravity team in the lead, and hopefully their first victory in this series.
And it very well could be, but this is the same way it was looking in the last game, even with less time on the clock, and Gonza was able to come back then. We'll see if they can still do that. So far they haven't been short of opportunities, but this could be a chance for a counterattack here. That's a fantastic demo by Ren, though. Just clearing out the most dangerous target. And now even further, Greg going to try a back pass this, but slips past that last defender. Kratos getting it middle. Ren can't quite beat out Ghosty, and on defense and offense so far, Ghosty has been the one pulling Gravity up, trying to keep them alive. So here comes Kratos sending that one across. Ren will get it middle, but LK not enough boost, not enough momentum to get a clear chance. Now the boost is back for 2 of the Venganza players. That one will be sent off to the side. Ren, we talked about him a lot. He's a dangerous player, but he doesn't have anyone mid to pass to. Can't quite send that one home. Still, it looks dangerous. It looks like Venganza are just biding their time, waiting to go all in. I feel like that's the moment here, Mallow, where they go all in and either they score and tie it up, or hopefully for Gravity's sake, they can get a counterattack and finally take a game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Venganza team has been doing what I said the Gravity team should be doing, which is doing bumps and demos. We've seen a couple of good demos. You called out one of them that Ren did. Crate did a couple as well, and they're doing the demos, but they're not producing. Now, are they waiting, just like you mentioned? We'll have to see.
Yeah, they very well could be, but right now the pressure is mounting from Gravity. They're trying to keep the ball of them in the Venganza zone, but that's not an easy task. That one's sent directly at net. 2 players up. The save is able to be made. Grit trying desperately to get this one out. Ghosty gets the touch, but directly into the defender. Now we can see Venganza ramping up. Kratos looking for those demos, just like you said, Mallow. Trying to see if he can find even more success on those. That's not the touch Ren wanted. He was definitely hoping for a catch there, looking to take some control towards the net. Speaking of control, he will be able to get something here, but the patience from Gravity, the patience from Phoenix is on point. They're not letting anything go by, but Ghosty, he went out of position. He just ventured out of the net, and I don't know why he did. That's not a goal that should really ever be going in.
Oh man, Ghosty just made you eat your words there, because he wasn't very patient there, and Ren was able to catch him off guard and able to score that goal and tie it up, and that was a very costly mistake. I'm surprised that happened, but you know, sometimes that does happen, and right now Gravity needs to clutch up here and score a goal, because I don't think they need to take it to overtime. I think that's actually going to be against them if that happens.
I mean, seeing as how the last overtime went, I would definitely agree with you there, but there's a great opportunity here. That one's just going to go through. LK, he puts it home, and Venganza now 3 seconds away from being on match point.
Oh man, LK's like, nah, we're not even going to go to overtime. We're going to go ahead and finish it up right here. And 3 seconds, it's still doable, but with Titan League, I don't think it will probably happen here. We'll see.
Hey, if it can happen in the RLCS, it can happen in Nemesis Gaming League. Highest stakes. Here comes the shot, but Ghosty. Oh, you were so good for most of the game, but that one mistake. Oh, that's a really tough way to go out for Game 3. Now down 0-3 in Gravity, they have to feel like that game was stolen from them.
Yeah, absolutely. That goal snuck by Ren, and then LK putting the dagger in that game. Now we're match point, pretty close to a sweep, and you know, I'm in a way not surprised that it would be like this, because like I said in my prediction, it could go either way. It could have been, you know, 4-2 at this point, or 4-2 later on, and of course it's still not over. So don't bring out the brooms just yet, but we'll see what happens here. Gravity, they need a win here.
They need one win after another right now. They have to just be focused on one, but a best-of-7 reverse sweep, well, that's pretty much the rarest card in Nemesis in all of Rocket League. See if they can pull it off. They've had some great looks during the series. Right now they just have to be focused on what's ahead of them. Try not to let the nerves get to them. Just play solid Rocket League. But with that said, we are heading into Game 4 now here. Potentially the last game, but not definitely. Kratos trying to get that one middle. That was almost an unfortunate pinch from the defense. It's a 50 in the midfield. Lets Kratos take a shot. Will bounce on target, but an easy save for Ghosty. And Gravity are able to recoup, but LK trying to pass this one center. He knows his teammates are going to be there. Kratos can't quite get there fast enough. The balls head back into that Venganza zone. Ren trying to find his teammate, but beat out very quickly by Phoenix, sending that one down center. Another possession for Venganza potentially, but the double commit will make things a little awkward. Kratos gets that off the post, but the follow is not there quite yet. Still, it's Venganza who are all over that Gravity defense, trying to take this shot. That one's just off the bar, not able to be sent through, but Gravity in a tough spot here. They have to hold on quite a while longer. Thought there might have been a follow-up there, but not quite. Venganza are biding their time, and they look like they're playing this masterfully. LK coming through, and Gravity, I mean, they are just barely surviving here.
Yeah, they are. And even though it's 4 shots right now for Venganza, it seems like it's double that just from the amount of pressure they've been putting on. And oh my, I thought we were about to see a counterattack by Gravity there. But I was going to point out something earlier on an opportunity. Ren was in the goal, and someone went up for a shot on Gravity, and when he landed, he had a perfect opportunity to demo Ren as he was exiting, but he elected not to. So I'm not sure, what the thought process is in that, but that's still one thing we're not seeing from Gravity right now.
Yeah, and I know exactly which play you're talking about. I agree there. That should be a demo that you go for every single time, especially in Titan, as this one rolls on net, not quite a shot. And that does worry me a little bit, because it makes me think that Gravity, they might be too locked in. They might just be playing on a little bit of autopilot, but that doesn't mean they're not getting chances. This is still a tough spot for Venganza. Off the backboard again. Ren able to get the 50, but they're still under pressure. Kratos finally will get the full boost, finally able to clear that away. The dunk comes through, and Gravity double committing a little bit. Luckily that won't be on target, so there's no counterattack imminent. That doesn't mean it won't happen eventually. Ren trying to 50 that one to a good spot. LK doesn't have boost, still able to pre-flip, still able to make the save. And man, just going back to what you said originally, it's just once again you see 2 people sitting in net there. They just look like such prime targets for not even necessarily demos, but just disruption on the goal line. Gravity are getting plenty of shot opportunities, but when it matters, they're getting scored on themselves, and Venganza taking another lead.
Oh man, and that pinch, that 50 with that Gravity player, I didn't catch who it was there, but it was Phoenix. That pinch off the wall, sending it right back into play, is not what you wanted if you were Phoenix there, but unfortunately it did, and now they're down by 1. Their season is now almost completely done for the Gravity team.
Oh, not yet.
Wait.
Not yet.
Wait a minute. Eating my words merely.
Okay, one of the saving graces from Gravity's side of things is if they start to get a little bit lackadaisical, Gravity's still a fantastic team, and they have not looked completely out of this series at any point. They will bring it 1 back, and now it becomes just a little bit closer of a competition. Still facing being eliminated, but it's not as dire. Okay, we'll be able to control that one. There's one demo from Ghosty, but it was a trade, so I'm not sure if he was the one instigating that. I hope for Gravity's sake that he was, as Phoenix tries to take the shot here. Ren actually not able to make contact. That should allow Gravity to keep pressure, but he's able to make his way back. Now a little bit of a 2v2 situation, but both teams playing fairly reserved now. Ghosty up top, going for the shot. He hits it down, but there's no faith from Grebsy. He doesn't need faith. He just needs a flip reset. Can't quite find it, and that was almost a theatrical finish to the game for Gravity, but they can't quite make it happen. Now heading into the final seconds, you don't really want this to go to overtime for them. They've got the pressure now. Why not just score now? Kratos will be the one to take control, though. We don't want to see a repeat of game number 3. LK sending it across. Ren hanging it off the corner, going for the double touch. It will be sent middle. Ghosty should be able to get there, and he will be able to send it down. Now LK, not the best touch. Ren going to have to make a save. On 0 seconds, do they want to keep it up? Phoenix can't quite get it, though, and we're headed to another overtime. Unless there's a kickoff goal, I'll let you get your prediction for this one. Are we seeing a sweep, or are we seeing a comeback here?
I think LK and Crate here are going to be too much, and we're going to see a goal here within the next 20 seconds, I think. But for Gravity's sake, I hope they score so we can go to the next game.
Definitely agree. It has been LK and Kratos who are the over. Oh, and that might just be it. No, it's just out. Kratos, he can't quite get it in. And what a save from Ghosty. He's making up for the ending of last game, and what a way to do it in. It's still dangerous though. Ren getting this through. Phoenix on the goal line. Just getting it out. I thought that was surely the end of A bit of an anticlimactic way to go, but turns out it's not. Gravity, stay alive. Ren getting this one through. That's not the greatest touch by Ghosty, but he manages to recover. Manages to get that one across, and now we might have one out play here. They'll drop to Phoenix instead. Off the ceiling, looking for the flip reset, looking for the angle. Can't quite find it. And it'll be back onto the Gravity half. Now Gray trying to get that one through the double jump, but it kind of works out for Gravity. Gray trying to get there, but just opts for the boost steal instead. Should put Gravity in a slightly better position. And now they might have a chance to go for a bit of a passing play. Gray can't beat out the defender. Here comes Ghosty looking for the pre-flip air dribble. Can't get the bump. It's so close to greatness, but Gravity, I mean, they're looking like it's possible, but they're in danger themselves now. That one sent off the backboard. Ghosty should be able to control, and a lot of back and forth. We can tell Gravity looks about as strong as they've been during the entire series, but it's just one goal to give them a slight momentum boost back here now, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing some good overtime Rocket League action right now. And this is the most solid I think I've seen Gravity just about all series. Now they just need to complete that with some... I hate beating a dead horse here, you know, sounding like a broken record, whatever you want to call it. But we need to see some bumps and demos by the Gravity team on offense. Otherwise, they're just making it harder for themselves to get a goal.
Oh, and that's so close to being on. I really agree there. They need some more bumps and demos. They need to survive the onslaught while finding a way to bring the ball to the other half as well. But that all kind of ties back into the same point. A long overtime now, going on 3 minutes. War of attrition. Who will it be ended by? Ren trying to make it himself, going to go for the flip reset. Avoids the dunk, but Gravity are not avoiding this offense right now. Ghosty will try to get a touch, and that's a great touch to the midfield, but once again, it's Kratos looking for the flip reset. Gets it past one. Phoenix on no boost, still able to make the save. And Gravity fighting desperately to get out of their own half. LK will take a 50. Goes the way of Ghosty. But still Venganza trying to make that pressure happen. This could be a chance. If Gravity can get some control, get a pass, get one of these players off the pitch, that might just be enough, but it's not. Ren falls down from the heavens, and he makes the save. Hardly any boost to the name, but a sharp counterattack, just showing that the threat is always there. Gravity as well cannot afford to overcommit. Ball goes back into the half of Venganza, and some more slugs back and forth. We're seeing the battle. Gravity do not want to lose this. Venganza want it to be over and done with already, but I still don't know who's going to take it, Mallow.
I don't either, and as back and forth as it is, Gravity needs to do something to get more aggressive, but try not to get out of position, which is tough when Venganza's being aggressive themselves. So we'll have to see what happens here, but Gravity, if you're them, you're wanting to score soon.
Oh, that might be it.
now.
That is going to be it. And Gravity, you know, good timing. 4 minutes and 22 seconds, but you called it almost at the exact moment. They get their first game, and now they're on the board. Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, and I called it that Kratos and LK, their teamwork would be the reason why they score. Well, I was half right on that. LK and Kratos' double commit there caused that opening, and that teamwork is what actually befell them there. So we'll see what happens going into Game 5 here. But I know it's early, but we're surely not going to see a reverse sweep here, are we?
I mean, if that's how we start off this stream, then, well, we've pretty much just peaked there, but a lot of ways to go before Gravity can do that. I'm not saying it's out of the question, but I think I'm going to need to see a little bit more. I mean, they really had to fight tooth and nail to get that. Plenty of times we thought it was going in Venganza's favor, but hey, they're still here. They're still fighting, and 3 more games they could complete it. On the other side, only 1 more game for Venganza, and they're head to the grand finals. Kratos coming through there. That one's just barely off the bar. The crossbar been a bit of a nuisance. for this Venganza squad so far. But will this Gravity team be reinvigorated by finally getting a game win in one of those close games that they've had all series? We'll have to see as time will tell. For now, Gray will get this one out. Kratos trying to send it middle, but no one there just yet. That one close to being on target, but easily controlled by the Gravity offense. Now a bump coming through from Kratos. Tries to flick it over one. Won't quite get the flick. The ball's head to the other direction. Phoenix off the backboard. No boost really here.
Ooh.
No boost at all for Venganza, except for the one in net. And Ren just biding his time. Looks like he's waiting for the chance to counterattack. He will get that one across, but it's back towards the net. Almost looked like the attacker tried to save it there, but Phoenix will get his goal home and Gravity take the first lead.
Phoenix snuck that ball in there, and doesn't look like anyone was in perfect position. There were some in position, but still wasn't able to score it, and Gravity just snuck one by. And we've seen this the entire series where Gravity goes up early, but it doesn't end up that way. So we'll have to see what happens here.
Only one game so far where that was the case, and now they've got two. So that's pretty much the demos we want to see. Great job from Gravity on that one. Phoenix getting that pass across, and Ghosty finishing it off. That's some great linebacking by Gravity though.
Oh yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to see, and finally we're seeing it. And even though it was a double demo, it did the job, and that's what the Gravity team needs to continue doing. And they're gonna shake the Venganza team to its core if they continue.
Well, absolutely. I mean, now I think more of an advantage than they've had in any game before. If they can keep getting better, then this reverse sweep maybe starting to look like a possibility. But once again, plenty of work before we get that far. Phoenix will try to put this one on net. Not ever going to threaten Titan League players such as LK Self. It's a little bit of a double commit does come out. LK can get this one fast off, but the read is a little bit too fast, and now it's going the other way. Gray almost going to be able to get the counterattack. Not quite on point that time. Here comes Kratos. Big 50 in the midfield. LK looking for the shot. Can't quite find it home, but Venganza looking back to get to their aggressive ways.
Oh.
A little bit of a team bump in the corner. That's some awkward plays out of Gravity as they're just getting bumped by every defender. Actually, Kratos bumping indiscriminately. He'll get his teammate as well. A tough spot here as that's a backflip from Ghosty. Won't turn into a goal, but it will turn into more offense. As LK will back pass that one to Kratos. Does get bumped on the takeoff, but doesn't affect him that much. Gets it over two. Phoenix does well to get that one through. Another save by the Gravity defender there, but it's off the backboard once again. LK looking to get that one behind the defender. Phoenix does well to keep it through, and the defense from Gravity, I mean, it's looked solid for most of the series, but I will say it looks even more compact, more composed in this game number 5. It looks like Gravity's finally starting to find their rhythm here.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh no, LK saving LK saving his teammate's ball there. Yeah, it really is, and they might be getting a little help sometimes from Venganza, but you know, it definitely is overall looking a lot better. And I think that might be another missing piece that we've been not seeing there. Merely was their defense.
I think it has to be the case. I mean, in games 2 and 3, I believe, I could be slightly wrong, but both of them were one-goal games that were decided by pretty much open nets on the side of Gravity, and other than that, they've had pretty good defense. There's some more good defense from Gray, as he will keep that one out. But they look at their best right now, and if they can keep up this form, it'll be Venganza who are the ones having to change up their strategy. Only 45 seconds left now, and they're still down 2 goals. Might be about to be down 3. That one's a little bit awkward. Ghosty will manage to get under control. Can't get the reset, as it is sent away, but they should be able to hold, barring anything disastrous coming out of the Gravity side of defense now. It's Venganza who have been put on the side of the pressure, and
Oh.
they won't be able to get back to that one. That one should just about secure game number 5. Yeah, we're in game number 5 now. Game
Yeah.
number 5 for Gravity.
Yeah, that was a great pass there by Ghosty, and able to finish it up. And that was going to be one of the other things I was going to note is one thing we're seeing a lot more from Gravity too is their passing is a lot more on point now, and we're not just trying to see solo plays or bangers, because we were seeing a little bit of bang ball too from them, and the passing that being a lot better is something I think that they were missing also.
Definitely hard to agree on that front, and they've just looked overall much more solid since the end of the last game. Now we're at 2-3. I mean, they're only one game. They're only one game away from bringing it to game 7. I mean, are they gonna do it? I think they could.
I mean, anything is possible. They're, especially after that game, Gravity is looking extremely solid, and you might see that while they, didn't have to necessarily do what they did here to play this game and all that, a whole bunch of other details, but Gravity's showing why they are here right now and why they can be a grand finals participant.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget what they're fighting for exactly. This isn't even the grand finals matchup, although it becomes a best of 7 reverse sweep. I don't know how the grand final could top that. But both of these teams, looking at the bananas, focused on each other for now, but that's the real prize there, is a chance to take home that chip. For Gravity, it's 2 more games in succession that they have to win. For Venganza, I mean, you got 2 lives, but those first 2 lives disappeared pretty quickly. Gravity able to win out a close one and then look pretty dominant in the following game. Definitely hoping to see some switch-ups from Venganza here, and I'm kind of curious on the front of your side as Kratos comes through. He will be able to get that one home. There's another Venganza lead to start us off.
Yeah, that was a good. I think that was probably an attempted shot, but either way, good placement to get that ball to bounce back. And now the Venganza team are up early in this game 6 in Forbidden Temple.
And Forbidden Temple, you know what they say about Forbidden Temple. It's a land where anything can happen. But Venganza getting the early lead is probably not what Gravity want to be the start of that thread. They will now have to fight even further. I was going to ask you before that goal went in, is it Venganza's turn to try and switch up the game plan, Mallow, or do they just keep doing what they've been doing?
Nah, I think they just need to make the touches and not try and double commit as much. While there weren't that many, Gravity just took advantage of that, and you're in Titan, so if you do make a mistake, you will almost certainly pay for it, as we saw in that game there.
Absolutely, and we saw it on Gravity's side too. A couple of games have been decided by 1 or 2 unforced errors. Now Kratos trying to get this angle, can't quite find it. Another dangerous attack though. This is kind of the Gravity we saw before, being a little bit late to get back to those defensive touches. This time they are fine, and Ren will be the one who takes to the sky, going off the ceiling, but he loses it just a little bit. Will get sent back, but it's a little bit awkward. 3 in net, and they are able to send it out. And I have to agree with you, Mallow. It really feels like Venganza have a winning game plan. It's just the execution in the game, and the game's prior, have been a little bit lacking. They're looking better now, though, and that was just on target. A huge miss. A huge miss from the defensive Gravity, and now they're down 2.
Yeah, and Phoenix barely missing that, and Ghosty unable to try and pinch that out, although I think Ren's placement there probably would have forced it in either way. But, there was definitely an opportunity there to possibly get it into a better place. But right now, the Venganza team are cruising.
Yeah, I mean, there was an opportunity to just hit the ball at all. I mean, any touch was better than no touch in that situation. That's highly unfortunate, especially how we were just talking about those mistakes giving game wins to teams. Now that one doesn't necessarily secure, but it could secure another goal now. And the ball is rolling, a 3-goal lead. And we haven't seen anyone surmount that kind of lead in this series so far.
Yeah, no, and the defense, I'm not sure where their third was there, but the defense was just completely missing. Phoenix basically the only one there for the ball to try and defend it, and he was on the wall getting bumped and bumping, and now the the Venganza team is up big. Gravity need to do something quickly.
They really do, and less than half the game gone by. Hardly any of these games have even had a third. Oh my goodness, that one's coming through again, and now it's 4. Venganza are just running away with it, and there's nothing Gravity seem to be able to do.
Yeah, no, and it's it's heartbreaking if you're on Gravity right now, because this is not how you wanted to do Game 6 with about half of the game to go. Is be down 4, because trying to get 4 goals in 2 minutes is difficult. Even more so when you're in the Titan League.
I mean, it's near impossible at this point, especially in a series where I don't even think we've had 4 goals scored, but Phoenix, he's not done yet. He rises from the ashes, and he's got to put a double touch back to give Gravity a little bit of hope.
Yeah, the Gravity team, Phoenix, is saying, hold up now, don't count us out just yet. There's still plenty of time, and absolutely, he would be right if that's what Phoenix is saying, and you just gotta keep pushing forward and figure out some passes and demos, because I really think they should just go all out on demos right now and force Venganza to get out of position, be awkward, and I think that would get them to where they would want.
Yeah, I mean, they have to throw some kind of curveball in there, right? I mean, this could be one here, but it's a little bit high, the follow-up shot. It's a great bump in net. LK can't quite get there, and hold up just a second. Ghosty puts one through. This lead has been cut in half in 30 seconds, and Gravity, they might not be just out of this one quite yet.
Yeah, hey, I think they might be listening to the broadcast, because they did exactly what I wanted them to do right there, literally 5 seconds after I mentioned it. So great job there by Gravity, and now they cut it in half.
Only a minute left, though. I'm a little disappointed. I was kind of hoping with still 2 goals left we would see some kind of kickoff strat, but you know, these guys are timed. They probably don't even play together ever. Still 1 minute left. Venganza with a strong advantage, but the momentum is the way of Gravity now after those 2 goals. LK hang it off to the side. That one will be beat too by Gray. A tough read, but it might come through. It slams to the center, but no follow-up there. That one's on target, and it might just be in. It's not quite. Gravity not going to go down by 3. They will get a couple more chances if they're lucky. But 30 seconds left, and now it's just time to full send. You can't second guess whether or not an attack is going to go middle. You just have to send it. Phoenix getting this past one. It's actually lofted up to the midfield. Ghosty only gets a backwards touch. LK will send it forward, and if they just waste a tiny bit more time, then they are clear. Phoenix can't get the double off the side. Kratos just has to play possession, and it looks like it will be the Venganza victory. As the time counts down, it is confirmed, and Venganza, they are going to the grand finals. They'll be facing off against the Bananas, and they win this series in pretty convincing fashion.
Yep, absolutely. And congratulations to Venganza for winning this series. I called it exactly as how it was going to go, 4-2, which was that score also, by the way.
4-2, yeah, in the last game too.
But yeah, congratulations to Venganza. Great job this series. Great job so far. They got one more to go, and then they'll have the chip. So we'll see what they do. Gravity, better luck next season. That was an unfortunate way to end it. Hats off to them for actually playing the game. They could have taken the forfeit, but they actually allowed the reschedule. I know sometimes you can be busy. If you know that your game was going to be on Wednesday, you could have made plans for Monday and not be available. So hats off to them for actually following through and doing that. So, so Wednesday, what is it? 10 o'clock. We'll see the Titan Grand Finals now. Bananas versus Venganza.
Correct. The very last grand final, per tradition. And I couldn't be more excited. I think Venganza, they showed us what they've got today, which is some crazy good offense and a little bit of theater for the dramatics coming out from Gravity. Great job to Gravity as well for trying to make that epic comeback. They came within reach, but couldn't quite get us to Game 7. Still a fantastic series from both of them. And before we send it off to a little break before we get into the next, or the first grand finals, I should say, any final thoughts on the matchup, Mal?
Oh no, just fantastic gameplay by the Venganza team here. I believe they're number 7 seed, right? If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but great job there. They definitely look like a top seeded team. So good luck to them Wednesday, and we're going to Prospect next.
Yeah, Venganza actually not even 7 seed, they're 8 seeds. So great job, great job to them for making it this far. We'll see if they can close it out on Wednesday. For now, we are taking a little break. Thanks for casting with me, Mallow. It's been an absolute pleasure. But we'll be right back. We've got the first grand final coming up right after this, as we've got Wyverns versus Faded, number 4 seed versus 7. Gonna be an exciting one. We're finally going to get our first crowned victor. I also want to shout out Dan, because he's the first person to lose a grand finals prediction, which I think is pretty funny. Sorry, buddy. But this was a great series. We'll catch you guys in the next one. So take care, and we'll catch you on the flip.
Do you get it closer, closer, closer? Still you get it closer, closer, closer. Still you get it closer, closer, closer. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I keep on going, so
Oh yeah. Wouldn't have wasted my time. Could've saved the pickup line. Didn't have to go buy your drinks that night. Go and ask for your number. Wait a week to call you. Or wait to meet your mother. I wonder, what if we skip the wait, the fancy dinner dates, and all the Hallmark holidays, and skipped anniversaries, the get down on one knees? What if I knew in time you'd leave me? What if we never waited? Skip a couple pages. What if we made a long story short, and oh, the awkward stages and honeymoon phases we could have made. Long story short. Long story short. They say go see where she's from, then wait a year as a rule of thumb before you can call it love, love, love. Oh God. They say to just take it slow, they say to see where it goes. But what if I would have known when I said hello? I would skip the way, the move into my place, pretend to love your friends I hate. Skip years and little fights on drunken Friday nights. Why did you wait to say goodbye? What if we never waited? Skip a couple pages. What if we made a long story short and all the awkward stages and honeymoon phases we could have made a long story short. Long story short. Long story short. The more I think about it, all those conversations we had, I wanted little ones to look like you, not like their dad. We could have played Santa, being grandma and grandpa. Think about it, all those conversations we had. And what if we never waited? Girl, why did you cut? Long story short, and all the awkward stages and honeymoon phases we could have made. Long story short. Long story short. Long story short.
I keep hearing voices in my head. I've been fighting thoughts of being dead. Just break me down until there's nothing left, so I can lay my demons all to rest. I'm at the point I've got nothing.
Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Heaven knows. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back after a crazy last matchup in the Titan League. It has set us up for what we've all been waiting for, the grand finals, as we're heading to the Prospect League for an absolute banger of a series here. We have the Wyverns taking on Faded. Merely, glad to have you back in the booth for this one.
Happy to be back. It's always a great time to be here, especially for the grand finals. And what a matchup we have in front of us. Wyverns versus Faded. No matter what, this is going to be a historical match, and I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, definitely. It is going to be a good one in the Prospect League. There's a lot of storylines. Merely Wyverns making their way back here for the first time since season 1, and then Faded trying to get the first ever championship for the Deviation org. And I'm gonna throw us quickly to the brackets here on this one. The Prospect League bracket, it was a little crazy. We've had some upsets going down. Both these teams making some moves so far in the postseason, merely.
Yeah, and so far it has been a whirlwind. Two close semifinals, one slightly closer than the other, where Faded went up against the Vipers in a Game 7 matchup, went all the way, and they just barely were ready to edge it out, the victory over Vipers. Meanwhile, the Wyverns, after a strong regular season, continued it on into the postseason, winning 4-1 against the Banshees. Or sorry, 4-0 against Flurry. I was looking at the wrong one there. And then 4-2 against the Banshees to take them to this grand finals. And I believe Clouds, actually, he might be considered by stats the best player in all of Prospect right now.
Yeah, I believe he's number 1 in player rating in the Prospect League, so we're going to be keeping an eye out for him for sure. And we're going to have to keep an eye out on this matchup, to say the least. Last chance to get your predictions in, folks, here, as the channel points are up. The Discord, merely, they are rocking with the Wyverns. I know we talked a little about it on the pre-show, but are you agreeing with the Discord, or who do you got winning this matchup here?
Yeah, I got the Wyverns. As much as I would love to see Faded, that organization, finally take a chip, I think the Wyverns are a little bit too strong with Clouds here. I expect them to take it.
Alrighty, folks, well, we are going to have to see as we are underway here for the Prospect League Grand Finals. Wyverns versus Faded, getting things underway. And in this one, we have Wyverns in the teal tonight with Quackbot, Kyler, and Clouds. This one already going towards the Faded net. Off the post, the follow-up can be saved away again. And there is the patented Faded defense with Seaben making a clutch save, joined alongside Kodo and Breaking Coin. And merely, that's been the one thing with this Faded team all postseason long. They made this run, and their defense has locked it down.
Okay, their defense was a little sketchy at first. We almost had a Prospect moment there, but the recovery was absolutely phenomenal, and the recovery into the goal, in fact. Seaben, we're going to be saying his name a lot, and he's going to start us off with the scoring.
Yeah, Seaben gonna throw it in the back of the net. Quackbot trying to flip back to that one, but Seaben with an absolute screamer into the back of the net, and that is how you start it out there if you are the Faded squad. And in these matchups, merely, especially the grand finals, there's a lot of nerves on the line. These guys are playing for part of the highest prize pool in Prospect League history, and they're trying to make it happen. And start out with the first goal. Got to be some big momentum.
That's exactly what you want to see for them. Great way to start out, and we saw their defensive abilities already, seen their offense, putting Wyverns on the back foot. Of course, nowhere close to being over, but that's another great shot from Kodo coming through, gets the dunk, the follow-up almost there, and Faded. I mean, they're starting this one off hot. They look good.
Yeah, they are looking good, led by Seaben. He's already made a clutch save and a clutch goal to kick off game number 1 of this best of 7 here. Seaben now almost sending it back with Clouds. Gonna be able to get a touch off to the side here as the Wyverns. They made a win over Banshees, like we mentioned in the pre-show, and we saw in the bracket here. And definitely a good test for them here. And they're trying to find something to Seaben. Another clutch save. Quackbot trying to turn it around, and once again, I mean, really, it's hard to overstate something, especially when Faded is making saves like that.
I mean, they are just a brick wall on defense. Seaben in particular, already getting his 3rd save of the game, and they have not been able to put anything past him. Wyverns have had some great opportunities, but it doesn't even matter. They're not able to put anything through, and in fact, on the other end, so far, Seaben, I mean, he's pretty much doing it all himself right now. I'm ready to talk about some of the other players, but for now, he is on offense and defense, just tearing it up.
Yeah, he really is. He's already almost got 500 score here, merely, and we're not even the halfway point. It's Breaking Coin gonna fire one on net, but Kyler gonna pick up a savior medal of his own. But yeah, I know the big eyes were on Kodo, who really popped off in a couple of these other series, but it's Seaben right now stepping up for his team in game 1 of the grand finals. And here comes Kodo, as we say it, gonna put one in. Faded up 2-0.
You said his name, and there he is. Quackbot with not the best touch out, and Kodo immediately recognizes that, pouncing on the ball and just sending it towards net. So far, Faded, they've taken hold of this game one, and they don't seem to be letting go.
Yeah, they are really putting on a clinic right now. Merely just all the pressure with 8 shots to Faded's name, and put the Wyverns in a couple of tough spots here. And they might find another one here. It's Breaking Coin gonna send another one home.
And there's enough goals to go around. Breaking Coin will put his name on the board, getting the 3rd goal, and the 3rd player to do so for Faded. They're all getting in on the scoring, and right now Wyverns, they look a little bit defenseless. I mean, they've had some good attacks so far, but if they can't clean up the defense, then it's not going to matter much. That said, Quackbot will put the Wyverns on the board, and they get their first one of the first game.
Yeah, Quackbot gonna take this one off the kickoff, just beating out the defender. And good placement to get it in the far left side there. So the Wyverns officially breaking the ice on this one, able to get that goal in the back of the net. And we will have to see if they can continue the momentum. And, you know, one thing merely is there's been a lot of talk, like you mentioned, about the Faded defense, but I wonder if Wyverns maybe got lulled into a false sense of security as Seaben showing up on the offense.
Yeah, I mean, they are just relentless right now. That placement top right across the goal. Good luck saving that one. And now regaining their 3-goal lead. Definitely feels like the Wyverns, even if they were prepared to have a tough opponent, I don't know if they were going to be prepared for this. This is one of the strongest starts I've seen to a Prospect Grand Finals. And I mean, Faded are laying it all on the line.
Yeah, they really are here, putting on the offensive pressure, and they're looking for more.
Another
slotted in the bottom right. It's 5-1.
And this is just a slaughter in game one. I mean, Quackbot in a tough spot, getting run down. That one just barely going through the last defender. And Kodo back on the board. Now we just need Coin to get another one here, and we've got the same order of scoring. They're just taking turns right now.
Yeah, they really are. Just everything is working well here in game one for Faded, and they are definitely putting their stamp on this Prospect League Grand Finals in Season 10. It's Kodo now. We're going to see if they can add some more to the lead. Clouds going to find a touch, and a demo going to come through from Kodo. So they're trying to drop one more. Seaman dropping it towards the net, and this touch comes through, but Quackbot can help his team out and able to send it out. This one sent down. Clouds throwing it off the backboard. This one could be dangerous. Follow-up attempt. Here comes Quackbot again, putting on the scoring. The Nemesis veteran since Season 1, providing some offense.
And that's what we want to see out of the Wyverns. I mean, we know they've got this in them. They don't miss those reads. Quackbot coming through with a powerful shot. Might not be quite enough in this game one. I mean, they still got time. But what I'm really looking at, I was never concerned if they could hit those shots. I really want to see them try and get a little bit more defense, because you could score 2 goals and that'll win you a lot of games, but if you're conceding 5, it's not going to win you many.
Yeah, that is very true. The defense hasn't quite been where the Wyverns needed. They do have 6 saves, but I mean, Faded has just put on an absurd amount of shots, 12 shots on the board here, so they are putting in some work. And now 50 seconds left here. Kyler taking this one off the backboard, gonna try to pinch it down. Nice drop down, follow-up attempt. Here comes Clouds, but Seaven, he's gonna knock it away, force Wyverns to have to retreat into their own zone as Kyler is trying to find something there. But time ticking here in this one. Faded looking to find one more and lock down game number 1. They might not even need to. It's around 30 seconds remaining. Quackbot trying to flick it over, gets it by 1. That one on the midfield. Seaben firing a shot, but it's going to be saved away off to the corner. As Seaben again going to find one touch, but this one still just dropping down here. Quackbot cleared out of his zone, but cut off quickly by Coin. This one able to be popped up. Kyler out of the midfield, and the final seconds ticking down in game number 1, and really Faded showing up. We talked about the defense, but it was the offense in game 1 leading them to a first victory in this grand finals.
Oh, there it is. They did it. They did the thing. Coin got it. They had the same order of scoring for all 6 goals. Okay. Sorry, that just made my brain a little bit happy there. On 0 seconds as well, but Faded, I mean, my goodness. Show us what you got. They came out immediately. I got a little suspect in the first seconds when they almost had an own goal, but after that point, they just grabbed the reins and never let go. What a showing. Immense pressure and fantastic defense. I mean, it's not like the Wyverns were hurting for shots or anything. They still got off 8 shots, but the saves, only credited to C-Ben, but really it was a defensive effort from everyone. And Faded, wow, they look fantastic.
Yeah, they really did look amazing in that game one. Yeah, 13 shots on Faded's end, and yeah, they really turned the tables on that game number one, and that is how you want to start it off if you're that Faded squad. And they are the underdogs here. Merely, no one's predicting them to win. Except for me, of course. I had to ride on the Faded train.
Okay.
We'll see if it continues, but they are the underdogs here, the lowest seed in the grand finals this season. And when you're the underdog, merely you got to kind of pop someone in the mouth here, and I think that's what happened there in game one.
Wait, they're not the lowest seed in the grand finals this season? Well, I guess in prospect, but Venganza are 8 seed.
Oh yeah, tied, I guess. They started as an 8 seed, did Faded.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Venganza lost in the play-in tournament, and that's how they became the 8 seed. So Faded technically the lowest record-wise, but they're technically tied, 8-8.
No, I see what you're saying. The system's a little complicated. My bad.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, they are absolutely looking to make the upset happen, and it would be crazy. We'll have to see. Was that just a peak game one, or can they perform like that every game? Because I think if they can perform like that every game, Wyverns are in some real danger. Otherwise, I'm curious to see how things are going to settle. I'm curious to see if the Wyverns maybe not switching up their strategy just yet, just trying to play a little bit more solidly on defense, they might be able to take some games themselves.
Yeah, definitely so, and we'll have to see. And merely, we can make it even simpler. They're the lowest seed to ever make a Prospect League Grand Finals. Let's say it like that. There we go. They'll keep it nice and simple for everyone. Lowest seed to ever make a Prospect Grand Finals. They start out with that game one victory. But yeah, like you mentioned, is it something that's sustainable here? Can they keep that level of offense? We know how good this Wyvern squad can be, especially with Clouds leading the way, and he's gonna have to step up big here in this one as this ball popped to the midfield. Kodo gonna find the clear away. Quackbot over the top of one, looking to follow, finds a 50. This ball going up high, but Wyvern's not quite ready for that one. As Kyler in the corner, dropping this one down off the ceiling. Oh, good backward clear though from Kodo, able to get that one out. But it does look like the Wyverns have had a little bit more opportunities as this flip reset dropped down from Kyler. Clouds trying to shoot it on, but it's just gonna go a little bit wide.
And that's some good attempts from Wyverns there. I mean, already a better game number 2. They haven't conceded at all against Faded's offense. In fact, they've arguably had a little bit more pressure in this game number 2. But a tough scoreline so far, 0-0. We don't know who's going to break the ice, but it will be Clouds, just as I say that. And Wyverns, this time they'll be the ones to score first.
And this one off the backboard, and Kodo just going to get dunked out here. Clouds with some good speed, able to get all over that one. And the Wyverns going to start out their scoring here in this game number 2. And I feel like they really needed something like that. Is this one a dangerous ball with Clouds? Going to pick up a savior medal as he clears it away. And this one actually sent down the other way. And that one is just going to go in. On this touch comes through. Kyler's going to get credit for the goal.
And a second one, I mean, not off one you would expect. A slight misplay there. C-Ben, he wanted the catch, but it was a pixel away from hitting his car, and that's not the kind of mistakes you want to be making in the grand final. Now giving Wyverns a freebie. They're up 2-0, and Faded, they had enough offense to generate 5 goals in the last game, but so far scoreless in this game number 2.
Yeah, they are not been able to get on the board quite yet as Coin finds an aerial bump, but doesn't matter as the Wyverns gonna clear it away. Kyler taking the sky here, send this one off the backboard. That one could be pinched away somehow, some way. And it's going back in the Wyvern zone, but Clouds able to find one touch, dropping down, gonna leave that for Quackbot, who's sending this one in, dropping it down in the midfield. This ball a little bit dangerous, but Faded good on the defensive end for now, but Kyler sending it back up. This one gonna be cleared away. Quackbot up for this one off the backboard. Kyler looking to flip out for it. Almost finds a touch, but this one's sent down. Counter-attack opportunity for Faded, but good defense to be able to get back on that end. And yeah, it looks like really, I don't know what you're seeing here from Faded, but they just can't generate the same offense that we saw in game number 1.
I definitely agree, and a lot of the times it seems like, at least in game 2 here, Wyverns are outpacing them quite a bit. They're faster to quite a few balls, and just in general getting the touches earlier than Faded is. And Wyvern's defense, for that matter, I can't necessarily say their defense looks better. They just haven't had to play defense as often as game number 1. And that has, of course, led to them not conceding at all so far. They might have an opportunity here, but even still, it doesn't look like it's quite going to break through. Seaben tries to finish it off, but it's not quite there. And Wyverns, I mean, they're holding on steadily. Don't really look that concerned in this game, too.
Yeah, they're just playing very solid here on the defensive end. They've got 2 goals to the name, and why not add a third? Quackbot drops it down, and the Wyverns looking to tie this series up.
And this time it's the Wyverns. Everyone scored on their team. We're not even playing Rocket League anymore. We're playing golf. I don't know what's going on. Everyone's just taking turns, but a 3-goal lead. This is the exact opposite of the scoreline we saw starting out in game number 1 from Faded. Hopefully Faded in this one can get at least some consolation, but they do have enough time to win it if they can just figure out exactly what's missing from their game 1 performance, because in that one they looked unstoppable. In this one, well, I'm just going to say they look extremely stoppable.
Yes. Oh, this one off the post, I thought. It was an unfortunate play. But yeah, everyone is contributing here, which you love to see. Cloud's trying to throw another one in. Oh, I guess finding the double. This one, Quackbot comes through, sends it in, and what a play there. The Wyverns gonna lock down this game number 2.
This is the Wyverns offense everyone talks about. Cloud's even going for the dunk off the defender, sets it up beautifully in the midfield. And the Wyverns will get another one. 4-0 now. And I mean, we thought that Faded had one of the best game 1s that you could ask for coming into the grand finals. I think Wyverns might be following it up with an even better game 2.
Yeah, definitely so. And they have done exactly what they needed to find an answer to Faded. And when you get punched in the mouth, you got to be able to fight back here. And in game number 2, the Wyverns going to be able to take this one, going to tie this series up at 1 apiece. Both these teams buckling in for what could potentially be a long series here. As this ball touches the ground, Wyverns take game 2.
And that's a great showing out of them. I mean, they really... I don't want to say that they even necessarily adapted or did anything too different. It just seemed like they executed a little bit better than they did in game number 1. Their touches on defense were a little bit more solid. They were able to get those clears fairly easily. And Faded, when they didn't have that extended pressure or those open shots, they looked a little bit lost for what to do. I'm hoping that they can kind of find a way to break through the Wyverns, because we know Faded's defense is a strong point of theirs, but when you're put on defense for a minute to a minute and a half at a time, there does come a point where it's going to break.
Yeah, definitely so. And yeah, even the best defenses will concede goals with sustained pressure like the Wyverns had. And as we head into game number 3 here on Beckwith Park, what is it going to be? Is it going to be the Wyverns offense, or can Faded's defense lock it down and channel it into a game 3 win? We're going to have to see. Is this one fired towards the net? Faded forced to a quick retreat as Seaben makes a touch over the top of 1. Going to be by 2, actually. Sent down. Kyler got to make this one. Only able to send it off to the corner for a moment. Coin dropping this one in. Quackbot with a save. Coin coming back with another shot. Forcing Clouds to make a clutch save there. There's this one. We drop down to the midfield. Quackbot looking out for a teammate. Kodo gonna find a touch here. Able to send it down in the Wyverns corner. Quackbot gonna snag the boost. This ball popped up. And Quackbot, good backboard defense to clear this one away. And able to send it off. And really, as we head into this game 3, we're talking about best of 7s. It's a lot longer than what we've seen in the regular season, but you have to feel like this is a good turning point with the way games 1 and 2 went.
Yeah, and so far, no goals scored. Faded's actually been the ones to have quite a bit of pressure so far, and this is the point where now, right, it has turned into a best of 5. It's basically just a best of 5 where both teams are adequately warmed up. Close shot from Kyler that almost misses. But the war of attrition rages on, and especially in the Prospect League, where maybe you haven't fine-tuned your skills quite as much as the Titan League, especially the longer that a game goes on, the harder it gets. As Kyler gets a double demo out, won't quite be able to follow up that shot, but it was a fantastic try, and so far we are still at a stalemate in game number 3 here.
Yeah, still 0-0 here. Both teams trying to find their way through in game number 3 on this one, as they're going to pop this ball up, and we're going to have to see who's going to come through, get the first goal in this one. Kodo Off to the side here, dropping this one down. Quackbot can't find the touch. It's a dangerous ball. Coin. Oh no, he puts it off the post. Couldn't quite get around to it, as that one was a big opportunity, but he's going to turn it back around and send it in the net.
Okay, he was just faking us out with that first one. He didn't want to score it anyways. He passed to himself, he passed to Ben, passed back to Breaking Coin, and he does end up putting it in the back of the net. It's a great finish, and once again, Faded, when they can take advantage of this pressure, it feels like they never live as long in the opponent's half as the Wyverns, but when they can take those good shots, it's really hard for the Wyverns to stop them.
Yeah, it really is, and when Faded can do that, we saw it in game 1 with their 5-goal outburst, and we saw it right there as they're able to get one in the back of the net. They can keep that going. Could be the recipe to success for them to win the championship here, or the Deviation Org. As Quackbot off the side now, looking to find an answer, gonna find a 50. Seaben dropping this one down, a little bit awkward, but Coin still able to connect. This one off the backboard. Seaben off to leave it for Coin, who couldn't quite make the touch. Kodo gonna clear it out as Faded struggling on the boost front. Kodo though is gonna find a demo, could open up some space here. It's Quackbot 50 by Seaben. Opportunity here. This ball going to the midfield. Dangerous still. Turnaround. Kodo trying to find it, but it's a little bit too high. Here comes Coin off the backboard. Quackbot can't touch Kyler. Gonna have to make a save to the corner as Faded. They are trying to pour on the offense here and the bumps merely.
Oh, it's gonna go in. Clouds might finish, but a huge counterattack from the other end. And the Wyverns, they escape a dangerous position and manage to get the counterattack. That's a beautiful play.
And look at that touch from Kyler right over the top of the defense there in that one, and able to put it in the back of the net. And that is the counterattack play style to perfection right there. Good finish by the Wyverns to tie this one up in game 3. As Coin taking this one up, looking for a teammate, trying to pinch it. Oh my goodness, that would have
Triple pinch.
The forbidden triple pinch there merely in the Prospect League Grand Finals. Well, you got to give him props for even going for it, let alone almost hitting it.
Oh my goodness, that was almost the craziest thing I've ever seen in the Prospect League, maybe in Rocket League in general. I thought they were going to get that one. But I do want to touch on actually the last goal, because that was one of those moments where Faded almost always scores on the attack that they got. The fact that the Wyverns were able to break out, this is a little bit scary for Faded now. It's gonna feel like if they end up losing this game, that they kind of got it stolen from them. So while we're still at a tie here, if the Wyverns can take advantage of this momentum, that is going to put them into a huge swing in the remaining games of the series.
Yeah, it definitely could here, as now we're under a minute remaining in this game number 3. Wyverns looking to go on the attack. Quackbot, not a lot of abuse, gonna flip back out to it, find another touch, dropping down the Clouds, but he side flips out of the way. Follow-up attempt from Kyler, this one off the backboard. Seaman trying to get up to it, but he's not gonna make the touch, and Clouds just comes right back around and sends it in.
And it will be the Wyverns. It looked like the positioning was not great. Seaben just missing that read just barely, and Kodo, not really much he could do there. They're stuck in their defense, they're stuck in their net, and Wyverns take full advantage with multiple shots. Now up 2-1, and it's Faded who are going to have to come back if they want to not fall behind in the series.
Faded, gonna try to look for something here in the last 30 seconds. Try to take this game 3. This ball dropped down. Seaben with an opportunity, gonna find a 50. Seaben trying to stay with it. Coin trying to support him. This one can be sent to the corner though. Kyler can leave it for Clouds, who finds a touch. Kodo sending this one high off the backboard, could be dangerous, but Kyler gonna make a touch. Demo attempt here. Kodo can't find him. Coin trying to come through. Quackbot solid on the defensive end. Is Kyler gonna take it down? He's got an open net. Can he turn it in though? No, not gonna be able to. It's gonna lead to one more opportunity for Faded. This one dropped down the midfield. Kodo can't connect. Seaben gonna have to try to keep it all the way up. Gonna get it to the side. But this one out of the midfield, it's dangerous, but nobody is there. And the Wyverns are gonna hold on, and they are gonna win game number 3.
I thought we were about to see some real drama at the end of that one. Faded almost got the chance to turn it into an overtime at least, but at the end of the day, Wyverns, they're the ones who take game number 3, and I'm going to say it again. I feel like they kind of stole this game away. It looked like Faded were the ones who were going to go up in the scoring, and at the end of the day, they weren't able to close it out, but one goal was what separated them, and now a 2-1 lead. Wyverns have a chance to pull away here.
Yeah, they do. If they can pull out this next game, this game number 4, they can put themselves one win away from the championship, trying to avenge the last Wyverns team way back in season 1, who dropped to Origin in a thrilling series. But if they're going to have to do it merely this game number 4, I don't think Faded is going to give anything easy to them. The last game was close, and, like you mentioned, it did seem a little bit stolen, but, when those happen, you really got to lock in and, say, hey, they got that one, but we got to bring it back.
Absolutely, but it's the Wyverns who are trying to bring the scoring back. One was a close opportunity, not quite manifest, but it's still the pressure we want to see, and that's really been the name of the game for the Wyverns. When they can get into their element, they are pretty much unstoppable from Faded's perspective. Feels like Faded, they have to do something to try and make them uncomfortable, or else they're going to keep getting scored on, and Clouds will make sure of that, putting Wyverns up 1-0 once again.
Clouds, look at this placement here. The power right over the top of the defender. Able to hit that sidewall there and put it in the back of the net. And it's just a beautiful angle from Clouds, picking apart the defense and send it in the back of the net. As Wyverns going to take the 1-0 lead here. Looking to put themselves up. This ball off the sidewall, dropping down Kodo. Out to Seaben, trying to put it on, but not quite on target this time. This one sent back down. Quackbot can find another touch coin. It was send that one in. This one bang back to him. Seaben can't connect, but Kodo able to back him up on the defensive end. As he's now sending this one up to the side, trying to find it middle. Off the backboard, that ball rolls up dangerously. Seaben coming through and putting her home.
And there he is. I told you we'd be saying that name a lot, and he is coming back to regain the momentum for Faded. It's a great touch and a very awkward bounce for the defense and offense to both deal with. But Seaben, he's just a little bit faster. He'll put that one through, and they're not staying out of reach in this game number 4.
Yeah, gonna stick right in this one here, and a good answer back from Faded on that one as Clouds is now up trying to drop it down. 2 Faded defenders commit though. Is this one gonna be sent out? An opportunity. Seaben banging it across, looking for Kodo. It's the Wyverns trying to race back on defense, but not a lot of boost to their name. Seaben gonna connect, gonna control this one up to the side. Seaben to the air now. What has he got in the tank? He's sending it across, but Kyler, good challenge, able to get that one away as Clouds now off the ceiling. Trying to race back to this one. Gonna steal the boost, able to pop it up, trying to stay with this. But Coin, good on the defensive end, able to get that one away. It's banged off the backboard. Opportunity. Here comes Quackbot trying to fire it through, but not quite gonna be on target. Is Faded gonna hold on and survive, and Coin another huge pinch to send it down. He's got some massive pinches here merely. As Faded, they've been trying to find this attack here. Just haven't quite been able to break through for the lead again.
And one thing I'm kind of noticing as I've watched these last few games is the Wyverns are about to get scored on. No, they aren't. Wait, Kyler, he comes out with a squishy save, and it doesn't go in. Oh my goodness. I mean, the defense from game 1 to game 4 for the Wyverns is just a whole nother level. They are making some ridiculous saves, and somehow we're still tied up.
Oh my goodness, how did Kyler make that save on the net? I thought for sure for a second Faded was going to get the goal and go up, but Kyler coming out with the squishy save out of net, making a hero play for his team to keep this game knotted at 1-1. My goodness, the Wyverns can go on to win this game. You can go right back to that moment right there where he made that save. Still 2 minutes remaining here in game number 4. This Wyverns back on the attack. Coin gonna clear this one out, sending it down to Clouds. He can't connect. Seaben with an opportunity over the top of Quackbot. Ball out of the midfield. Shot attempt for Clouds. Gonna drop down. That one was very close to the post, but he makes a touch. Able to get it out. This one off the backboard, dropping down, but Seaben clears it out. It's just Quackbot there. He challenges. He's beat out here. The net is open, but Clouds is racing back. Coin trying to 50. And he is going to make the save. And yeah, merely you mentioned it, but right now it is the Wyverns defense that is the one providing all the success in this game 4.
And my goodness, yeah, they are absolutely just a brick wall. I was even going to say earlier in the series that their reactive defending doesn't seem to be as good as Faded, but they've put that question to shame. And not only is their reactive defending good, but they're also just shutting down things so early, challenging pretty much as soon as they can on Faded's ball. It's still tied, although it might not be for long. The bounce is just off. They can't get it through, and the shot was actually blocked by Kodo there, I think. There wasn't really much way to know, but on the other end, it might be a goal for Clouds. He can't find it either, and if you want to talk about defensive games, I mean, this is pretty much the best one I've seen in a while.
Yeah, these teams are putting up just insanely clutch clears and saves. Not too many saves on both sides, 4 apiece, but my goodness, every save feels like it's life or death here for these two teams. And they are making the plays when they need to the most here in the grand finals. But now who is going to make the play on the offensive end? Next goal may just win it. This ball banged off the backboards. Clouds not going to make the touch. It's dropping down again off the post. Nice pass and nice finish from Coin. Kodo to Coin for the lead.
My goodness, and they finally break through. I honestly had no idea who was going to score next, but it's breaking Coin coming through. No boost, but he still manages to place a shot just perfectly. That's some fantastic attacking. And what a sequence. For a second there, I thought we were in Game 7 overtime. Jesus.
Yeah, you can feel the pressure on that one, and Faded already saying they're after the way this game's going, they're probably gonna need timeout after this, regardless of the result. And I don't blame them with how crazy that game was here. Final 15 seconds though, can the Wyverns battle back, or will we head into 2-2 series? This ball 50 to Coin finds a touch. This ball going down 50. Good challenge from Coin, very smart to block that one. The Wyverns still have a chance. It's up in the corner. Does this one touch the ground? It does. And Faded are going to tie up this series. My goodness, merely 2-2 in the grand finals.
Well, this series is not disappointing, I will tell you that much. I think I need a timeout after that one because that was just so ridiculous. I can't believe what we just watched. I haven't seen that many clutch saves since. I don't know if I ever have, to be honest. I mean, both of the teams are playing out of their minds. It came down. Shout out Breaking Coin for getting that final goal. It literally feels like the end of the series after that one. But we've still got at least 2 more games to go. 2-2. Now it's turned into a best of 3. And if there was ever a game destined to head for Game 7, I don't want to curse it, but this might be the one.
Yeah, it definitely could be here on this one. And I mean, we're gonna have to see. Faded gonna be the one calling for the timeout, and they're actually gonna want a lobby reset, so we'll work on that real quick while the timeout goes. But I mean, merely this series, it is shaping up to be, yeah, like you said, it could very well go the distance here in this one. As I mean they're just both back and forth. They seem very evenly matched.
Yeah, and really it's everyone on both teams that's stepping up. Of course, we've seen Seaben and Kodo, and in that one, it was Breaking Coin that put in the game-winning goal, essentially, for Faded. But on the other side, I mean, we've also seen each of the Wyverns make their plays, getting the double touches, getting the shots on net, and getting the saves on the other end as well. It's going to be almost impossible to determine an MVP for this one, if you have to ask me, because this is probably the best team plays or best I've seen full teams play in the Prospect League pretty much ever.
Hey, I mean, that just goes to show merely as as Nemesis has grown, the players have gotten better, the teams have gotten better, and we've definitely seen that here in this one. As my goodness, both these teams have been putting on a clinic here. As we are going to be getting into Game 5 very shortly here, just waiting on both teams to hop back into the lobby here, but. I mean, man, it's this is one of these ones where merely it's so close between these two teams. It seems like Wyverns have really kind of led into kind of the trends that we were thinking. With the offense leading on the Wyverns. Obviously, they had made some great defensive plays as well, but they really kind of have led into these trends, and it's kind of been the Wyverns offense versus the Faded defense, and right now, they're just in a stalemate here.
Yeah, I mean it's just defense versus defense. Unstoppable force meets an immovable object. I've said it before as well with other teams, but this one feels even more true. And I'm honestly not sure what this series is going to be decided by. I mean, it's probably going to be decided by defense, but I'm curious to see if either of these teams are going to try to adapt around that, because I think they're both playing well. But if you can find a weakness in demos or boost steals, or finding some kind of edge, those are the things that are going to give you the higher chance of taking the series versus just trying to ram at each other the entire time.
Yeah, definitely so. And well, folks, we're gonna have to see who is gonna find that edge here in this game number 5. We're still waiting on Faded here on the lobby reset, so bear with us. They gotta give us a little bit of a break, merely. You mentioned it was kind of like it was just crazy, so crazy in that game number 4. It felt like Game 7 overtime. but got to give us a little bit of a breather here, and we're gonna have to see what Faded is gonna work. What's gonna work on here? It looks like they're just about to join back in the lobby in a sec.
And they have definitely used the most out of their timeout. It's the only one they get, so if they get the timeout buff, they come out here. We might see one out of the Wyverns, but if you're Faded, you really don't want to lose this game. You really don't want to go on match point, especially not having your timeout. This definitely feels like a must-win game for them, even though neither team has really been able to establish momentum so far. You don't want to give the Wyverns the opportunity to do so, and of course, on the counter side, the Wyverns, it's hard to say exactly what they might need to adjust after losing the last game, because I feel like their game plan is good. I feel like it's solid. It almost feels like even maybe asking a little bit too much, but they just need to execute a little bit better. But that's what it takes to become a champion. That's what it takes to win the prospect chip. Let's see if they have it in them.
Yeah, we will have to see. As looks like Faded almost back in lobby. Gonna test out the ping real quick, and then we will see if everything's all good, and we should be able to get back into it. But yeah, I agree with you here, Merely, that both these teams, it kind of seems like they're all playing. I mean, they're just playing super well. It's hard to find something to critique on this one, as looks like they're almost good here. But I mean, it's just one of those things where they are so closely contested that it's hard to critique. I mean, you don't often say that too often between teams, in any match really, where you're like, I mean, I don't even know what they could do better to play better in the next game.
Yeah, I think probably just once again on the lines of getting some more demos, getting some more control and aspects on other sides of the pitch. But other than that, I think their game plans are pretty much as good as can be.
Yeah, no, we'll have to see what these teams talked about in that little extended break as we are back into it. Game 5 here. Winner is going to put themselves on championship point for the Prospect League in season number 10 here as we're back into it. Kyler looking to challenge up this one with Kodo. On top of the ball first, looking to get this one by the defense. He does, but that ball is super awkward. He drops a high coin. Gonna get a touch, but Clouds able to find the clear away. And off to the side here. It's this ball out of the midfield. Gonna be 50 down coin. Gonna find a touch. This one sent back. Quackbot drops it down in the corner. Off to the side here. Quackbot looking to take control, but yeah, merely we mentioned this game 5. If game 3 was crucial, I mean, game 5 is one of these games that you really got to win. I don't want to say must win yet, but you really got to win this game. Put yourself one win away from a championship.
Yeah, it just takes that much less pressure off of you if you can get the first match point, and you have 2 chances, and it doesn't make it easy, but it definitely makes it easier. This Quackbot looking to dunk out Breaking Coin here, can't quite get it. But both of these teams, I mean, they are fighting tooth and nail throughout the entire series, but they are using up a lot of stamina, so that's one thing I'm a little bit curious of, is making so many clutch saves in a row. Having to withhold so much pressure, it can really take a toll on your mental. It can make you start to degrade a little bit in your gameplay. I'm curious if we'll see that, or if we'll just see them continue to be just as strong.
Yeah, and you mentioned it's been a long season. These best of 7s are longer than the entire regular season. Regular season only best of 5s. These ones best of 7s, and not only are they best of 7s, but they're best of 7s with immense pressure. It's a win or go home, and right now, no more pressure than the grand finals here to see who is going to be the champions of season 10. And they'll have to withstand here at least 2 more games, maybe 3, as this one popped up the Wyverns in the zone here. Kyler gonna find a demo, trying to open up that Faded defense. This one drops through Bacoin, coming back out to Kodo. Nice little touch pass. This one, another one, Quackbot looking out for Kyler. Kyler not quite on the same page that time as he's diving in. This one gonna be cleared back. Quackbot on the touch, sending this one down. Kyler with another demo, trying to get Faded out of position here as Clouds is up. Gonna drop this one down, trying to stay with it off the corner, but Faded gonna be able to get the clear out for just a moment. This ball popped up. Kyler on the attack. Coin throwing it out. Here comes Quackbot looking for the shot. Fired it towards the net. Seaman got to make the save. I thought he almost wasn't for a second there, but he does, as really we're at halfway here. Wyverns looking like they're controlling the pressure just past this point.
And they are so far, but still, even though they're living in Faded's half essentially right now, it doesn't feel like there's that much being threatened. There was one shot, but C-Ben, I mean, I trust him to make that save pretty much every single day of the week, and I'm pretty sure he knows that too. That one could be on target, though. Coin barely makes the save, and the Wyverns are starting to ramp up even more now. All it takes is that one shot just barely past the defender, and it's a much different game.
Yeah, definitely. So as they are really put on the pressure, Faded just can't escape, but there is dangers to this as Quackbot trying to avoid a demo. This one's sent towards the net. Coin trying to find another one, but can't. And the counterattack playstyle could be in favor of Faded's Kodo. Oh my goodness, he's going to clear that one to the corner. So that was a close opportunity. Now it's Faded on the attack. Wyverns, not a lot of boost. And here comes C-Ben throwing it bottom left.
And it is going to be C-Ben who brings it through as well. Made a clutch save earlier, and he'll be the first to that ball. Quackbot just no boost to work with. And Faded coming out with the first goal. They want this championship point, and they're only a minute and 30 away from it.
Yeah, they are looking for it. They are trying to do it for all the Deviation org who's been around before them. Can they make it happen here? They're trying to hold on here right now in Game 5. Got a 1-0 lead. The Wyverns on the attack. Kodo got to race back, gonna make a save. Is Kyler going to take control off the ceiling, staying with this one, off the backboard, looking for a double, but great backboard defense once again from Kodo. As Wyverns again put on the pressure. Quackbot thought about that one. Over the top of one, over the top of two. Kyler's bump, dangerous ball. Here comes the follow. Quackbot sends it in.
And of course they're going to answer back. Quackbot with the shot. Kyler does fantastic to get over two there. And Kodo just in an unfortunate spot. Not really much you can do there. They answer back quickly, and they answer back strong. Wyverns, of course, going to see another tie, and we remain in our stalemate.
Wow, these two teams just trading blows. Who is going to come out on top in this crucial Game 5? Faded now, back on the attack. Coin with a touch, but Clouds able to get on the midfield. Here comes C-Ben off the backboard, trying to stay with it. He finds another touch, but not quite where he wanted. Is Kodo. He sends it down into the corner. This ball cleared out for a moment. C-Ben is there to send it right back in. As Quackbot is trying to get it around C-Ben. He does, but right out to Breaking Coin. This one can be cleared out. Clouds send it down. But that one sent back in again. So we're looking for the last opportunities of regulation. Will we see overtime in Game 5? Quackbot trying to get it down. This ball going towards the net, but can be cleared away. Kyler looking to give chase. He's going to find a touch, dropping it down, but Breaking Coin gonna find a touch. Coin trying to clear it out over the top of one, but Quackbot, he sends it right back in here. Kodo waiting on this ball, trying to push the seconds away. Will we see any 0-second heroics? We will not. Merely instead overtime in a crucial Game 5.
And of course it's overtime. Let them at it. I can guarantee this one will be won by the defense once again. And two strong teams. I mean, they just will not bend. They will not break. I have no idea who's going to win this one. I just know it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I have no idea. These teams have been so back and forth. But here comes Coin off the backboard. Opportunity. No one from Faded quite ready. It's going to be C-Ben, though, trying to turn it back in. Quackbot, not a lot of boost. Going to try to pick up one. Looking to stay with this one as he flicks it down. Here comes Clouds with an opportunity. Dropping it towards the net. Kodo, another clutch save. As Faded continues to lock down on the defensive end. They're up to 9 saves. Might need a 10th. But that one, a huge demo from Coin. Could open up some space. My goodness. And we have seen those demos merely. That is just a clutch play by Coin.
That is a ridiculously well-timed demo. I mean, he was about to have the shot of his life lined up. I don't know if he would have hit it, but now we'll never know. That's a shot on target, and Clouds, of course it's him. He'll be the one to break the overtime, and Wyverns are on championship point.
And Quackbot dropping this one down, and Kodo had no idea that Clouds was coming over the top and perfectly placed the Wyverns. They are going to put themselves one win away. What a performance from them. And merely they just sent the offense, and they sent it right into Faded's net and put themselves one win away.
Oh man, and I mean, once again, Faded does so well to hold on for so long, but at the end of the day, once again, their defense, it can't hold on for forever. I mean, how many saves? That's 9 saves in total in the game. That is a ridiculous scoreline. The only 2 saves they didn't make, if I did the math correctly fast enough there, the only 2 saves they didn't make were the goals. It's not like Wyverns missed any other ones. Faded just has such good defense, but they have to find their offense here, or else they are completely out and they will be second place. They don't want that. They want the championship.
Yeah, they do want the championship, and they're looking to get revenge for their Season 7 brothers in Faded who couldn't quite seal the deal. But can they do it here? The Faded squad gonna need to win this game to force Game 7. Will we see a Game 7 alert here in our first Grand Finals of the night? Faded gonna try to make it happen, but the Wyverns trying to do what no Wyverns team has done before them, even going all the way back to Season 1, which is win a championship. They could be 4.5 minutes away from doing so as they're on the attack here on a Forbidden Temple that exudes chaos. He's breaking coin. This one off the corner, dropping down. Kodo is there, gonna find this one. 50 up high. Kyler, he's gonna make a touch though. Able to send it to the corner. Seaben looking for this one, trying to find that angle. Oh my goodness, it's off the post. He can't find it. This one gonna be sent down. Kyler gonna be cut off by coin, but Kyler doing good to try to give chase here in this one as a demo comes through, but this one sent down. Coin gonna find the bump there. Oh my goodness, it's gonna, no, it's not. It's off the post. Oh my goodness, Wyverns, they save it away, and now Clouds trying to dribble it all the way, and he does.
Oh my goodness! I cannot believe what I just saw. That was one of the clutchest saves I've seen, and then Clouds gets the demo at the midfield and turns around for a goal of their own. Wyverns taking the lead and in magnificent style to start us off.
Oh my goodness. I mean, really, that was 2 or 3 shots that just rang out against the post. And
I'll do it.
Oh my goodness, it's dropping down. Kyler gonna come through. Another goal hits the back of the net.
And the Wyverns, I mean, they want this. You can see their willpower just sending it forwards. Quackbot almost got the double. It'll be Kyler to finish it up, but now 2-0. I mean, if you're Faded, you have to put a stop to this momentum instantly. You cannot wait around and let anything else happen. You need to get one back right now.
Yeah, you really do, because the Wyverns are rolling, and maybe unfortunate timing for that Faded timeout. They came off of a win and called timeout. I think they needed a little bit of a PC reset on Kodo, which is why they went for the timeout there. But yeah, a tough break for them here as they now find themselves down 2-0 with their season on the line here. But yeah, like you said, how do they answer? They got to answer back quick. It's going to try to be Kodo who's dropping it down. Kyler going to make a touch. This one off to the side. Quackbot going to win it over. Seaben trying to get there. He's able to make a touch as Kodo going to turn, but Kyler, a brick wall there. He would have blocked it off. This one sent over the top of him, but Quackbot is waiting. Going to find a touch out in the midfield. Kodo jumping up, dropping it down, but Clouds all over this one. Going to bang it down back into the Faded zone. Be able to keep this one up. Seaben has to jump for it. And Faded desperately looking for some offense here as they find a touch here. It's just Clouds back there. Seaben trying to find a shot, can't do it. This one dropping up. Kodo over the top. Clouds, he makes another touch. They're trying to follow. Here comes Coin. He's gonna send it in, and Faded right back in it.
That's a great shot to bring him back. Breaking Coin will get it past 2 on the goal line there. Gets the angle, snipes it home. That's one back, and now they're back in the game. Only one more. They didn't get it as fast as I'd like, but they did get it with over half the game remaining. Plenty of time to make their statement and bring us to Game 7.
Yeah, can they do it? Can they make it happen as a huge demo comes through? Faded got a lockdown again on the defense as we're approaching halfway here in this game number 6. Clouds on the control, but Kodo erases him off the map as Kyler sends this one up. He's looking for a demo of his own, but Coin going to clear it out. Quackbot on the control over the top of one. Can he get it by a second? Seaben is there. Clouds is also there. Oh my goodness, he bodies 2 defenders.
Oh, this man just absolutely laid it on them. He has definitely been hitting the weight room. A little bit of help from Seabed there, but he bodies 2 in the 50 department. That's a 25, and he sends it home. The Wyverns regained their 2-goal lead and Faded back in the same spot they were seconds ago. They need to find another quickly.
Yeah, they really got to find a way to answer back, as that was a massive goal from Clouds to give his team the 2-goal lead right back. And now Faded once again in a tough spot here, and it might get even tougher as Kyler puts it in, a 4th goal in the net for the Wyverns.
And they're grooving now. I mean, a 3-goal lead, 2 minutes left, and Kyler, great placement on that shot. Bar down, used up all of his boost. Wyverns are starting to run away with this one, and they might just be running away to the championship.
Yeah, they very well may be, as they are 2 minutes away from finding the Wyverns' first ever championship here in Season 10. This one sent towards the net. It's a dangerous ball. Faded have to race back. They're able to get it away. But now it's time to see that Game 1 Faded offense Do they have it in their tanks? This one off the backboard, dangerous ball, but Faded gonna clear it away now. Kodo sending this one down to the net. Clouds gonna make a touch. And first real opportunities, it seems like, for Faded, besides the one goal that they had. Can they keep it sustained here? This ball in the corner. Kodo blocking this one up. Coin on this one into the corner, looking for a double. Gonna find it off the backboard. Opportunity dropping straight down. Coin trying to get to it, but the Wyverns gonna be able to clear it away. As Kodo desperately trying to find something. This ball in front of the net, but Faded not quite ready to answer. And really, they really needed that one. They just need anything now. Only a minute remaining.
Only 1 minute and 3 goals. It's such a tall task. It's not undoable, especially if Coin can put this. But Clouds once again on top of it. That one's on target, but another save from Kyler. And the Wyverns, they're not the same team that they were in game 1. You can't just score on them like that. You're going to have to do everything. You're going to have to do more than everything. And they still keep the ball out. They want this more than anyone, and that just might secure it. Clouds rolls it home. The blocking in front, and they go up 5-1. That might just be GG.
Quackbot, the lead blocker, erases the defense, and Clouds, a little stroll in the park to possibly give his team the championship. And my goodness, they may have just done it here for the Dragon Energy Org. As now we're down to the final 30 seconds. Faded need a miracle of all Forbidden Temple miracles. As Wyverns looking to close it out.
Your time might just be up 5-1. 4 goals, 20 seconds left. I mean, you have played absolutely fantastic, Faded. But Wyverns, you're the ones who get to take the bow. There's no time left. It's running out. And at this point, it's just theatrics. It's just Clouds going for a clip. Can you give us one more? Might fall in? Not quite, but it is the Wyverns who take the championship. From Season 1, barely losing out, to Season 10, they will get their revenge on Nemesis. And congratulations, what a way to do it.
They have done it, folks. The Wyverns are your Season 10 Prospect League champions. They did it with dramatic effect. They're able to take it all the way. And I got to give a huge shout out to Quackbot there. Merely been here since Season 1. And finally, he is going to come through and get a championship. That's got to mean a lot to him to finally get it done in Season 10.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember I've seen Quackbot around for forever. Season 10 feels like just the right time to get it, and what a team to have around you to do so. I mean, all of these players work together, and they all equally are deserving of the spotlight, and that's what they're going to get. A fantastic job from the Wyverns, and I really can't even say much more. Faded, you played fantastic. You cannot be disappointed with how you played, but when they needed it most, the Wyverns stepped up.
Yeah, they definitely did, and really looks like we're going to have a little bit of an interview with a champion on the Wyverns. We have got Kyler. I'm going to drag him in here. We have got Kyler here with us. Kyler, how are you feeling after that big win?
Dude, I'm excited, man. That was sick, man. That was a good series. Props to Faden, man.
Oh yeah, it definitely it was a great series. I know me and Merely both enjoyed it here, and Kyler, this season the Prospect League has been so competitive. How are you guys able to keep your focus and battle through a really tough Prospect League?
Well, we played a lot together. We played a lot of scrims, and we built a ton of chemistry. We figured out how each other played really well, and our team worked really well around it.
Absolutely. I mean, you definitely worked your way around the obstacles. You came out on top. And I do have one specific question to the series. Obviously, in that game number 1, Faded came out and they were just off the bat hot. And I believe in that game the scoreline was 5-2 or something similar. I assume you guys had a plan going in to try and take down Faded. What was kind of the feeling in the room when they came out that strong? Did you get a little nervous, or did you just immediately go to the next game plan and push forward?
Well, kind of all season, we'd been like losing game 1 and then just winning the rest. And especially when we had played Banshees, they did the exact same thing. So going into it, we kind of knew that we could probably bounce back, and we did that. We are generally able to adapt after game 1, so I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did it well and you took home the championship. Big congratulations. Anyone you want to shout out quick before we let you go?
Um, man, shout out my buddies. From my kitten server, Marco, Rilo, love those guys. Shout out Joy from RLM.
Very nice. Very nice.
Uh,
Well, congratulations, Kyler. Go enjoy the championship with your boys. And yeah, congratulations, man.
all right, thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Alrighty, well, merely that is it. I mean, the Wyverns, they showed up and they showed out, and I mean, it's good to see, a team like that kind of pull out the championship here and, finally get it done.
Yeah, I mean, what a storyline! One that's lasted pretty much the entire length of Nemesis, even if it's been the background for many seasons. Yeah, once again, super happy for the Wyverns, very deserving team. And Faded, you couldn't do it today. You couldn't give Deviation the championship point, but you're one step closer. I'm sure it's just around the corner.
Yeah, definitely so. They've shown some big strides, and we'll see how the full reset hits them next season, and hopefully they can keep going and finally break through one of these seasons. But a couple quick shout outs here before we continue on. Shout out to JP for the 20-month resub from earlier, and shout out to Cow gifting 2 subs, and of course shout out to Quackbot, the champion, finally after 10 seasons, coming back for 12 months. Happy birthday and happy championship to you, my guy. Taking home the victory. Good to see that man get a chip here. But yeah, folks, we have got to get going on to our next matchup here. My goodness, is this one? If this last one was a banger, I mean, who knows what this one is going to be? It's the undefeated Wisps, 20-0 to this season. Can they add a 21-0 to their name and join the Nemesis history books? We're going to find out as they are taking on Frost, who have been a heavyweight in the Novice League, their 4th Grand Finals appearance. We're going to have to find out. Once again, shout out Merely, thank you for joining me, and hopefully everyone stay tuned. We are going to see you guys in a couple minutes for the Novice League Grand Finals. Stick around, and we'll see you guys in a few.
silver spoon.
You learn to look it up nice. You do, you do.
When you were never fell love on a silver spoon. You learn to look it up nice. You do, you do. How do you sleep at night? Night, night. You made your bed at night. Night, night. 'Cause you got me cursing the way everyone, baby, look what you've done. Oh, how do you sleep at night? Night, night.
Don't know what to do, how to do it. Know that I should leave, but I hate it. Know that you're not the right one. If you were falling, will you fall with me? If I was calling, will you answer me? The timing was off, but would you wait for me? Would you wait for me? Would you wait for me? Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any
All right, what is going on, everybody? After that insane series, we are back for another certified banger here as we are heading to the Novice League Grand Finals for Season 10. Wisps taking on Frost. Wisps trying to remain undefeated, trying to become the first team to go 21-0. I'm Rockerman, back in the booth once more, joined by Breaking Coin for this one. Coin, what is going on?
You know, feel a little bit of heartbreak from that last series. You know, gave it our all. We did our best, and you know, it's all you can really do. But I'm excited about this series coming up. I mean, we got Frost and Staw leading the way with his mechs, and then on the other end, we got the well-rounded team in the Wisp with Vokes and the boys. I mean, it's hard to predict this one, but man, oh man, is Wisp looking good.
Yeah, I mean, they are looking good. And quickly, let's take a look at the bracket here to see how the Wisp got here. Obviously, mentioned that they are 20-0 on the season here. They have done some magnificent things, and they were pushed to the test a little bit in round one against Ignite, but they came through, sweeping Vikings to get to this point. And Frost here, they are no slouch as well, Coin, as they are on a 14-match win streak coming to this one. So we got 20 in a row versus 14 in a row. And I mean, one of these streaks is going to have to break tonight.
Yeah, that 0 is going away tonight as we crown a champion. And man, I don't know who it's really going to be. I mean, I got to give it to Wisp, but, you know, if Staw gets going, it could be scary for the Wisps.
Yeah, it definitely could. I mean, he is definitely going to be a player to watch out for in this one on the Frost side. And, you mentioned you got to watch out for Vokes. That team is just so solid, so well rounded here. And it looks like Coin, they are just about ready to get things rolling here.
They are. As we get right off to it, Berkey gonna get a corner pinch back to his own half. He's gonna be up for this one. Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Blitz off to the sidewall. Ace gonna be there early, gonna try to get something going. That's a pass, folks. That ball's dangerous. Somebody's got to follow. It's Berkey gonna bang it right to Blitz. He's just gonna get a little bit of a double touch off the sidewall. Ace gonna follow this one up. Winter not gonna be on target as both teams kind of going back forth. That's down to Staw. As both teams feeling each other out early on. I mean, Rockman, what do you need to see from both ends of the field, from both sides, in this best of sevens? I mean, what do you think the strategy is for both teams?
I mean, for both these teams, these are some heavy hitters in the novice league. It doesn't get much heavier than this, but if you're Frost here, you are still the underdogs. Even if you have had a great last run, his amazing save comes through. Even if you have won 14 in a row, you're going up against 20-0. For them, they really got to come out here and punch the first one in, kind of hit the Wisps first, and take advantage early. And if you're the Wisps on the other end, you've gotten here for a reason here as Stallify. He is going to send that one in the back of the net.
Just as I was about to say, that man Staw has got to get going. If there's anyone on that Frost team who needs to get going, it's Staw. If Staw gets going, they got a good chance to win. But if that Wisp team shuts down Staw, it could be an early night for them. As Staw is going to be up for this one. That's on net. But back to Rocker, man. What were you going to say there, buddy?
No, I was going to say it definitely could. I mean, like you mentioned, Stallify is going to be the one to watch out for on that Frost end. If he can pop off for them, I think it's going to be a very good series.
Oh, absolutely. As he is a key piece to that Frost team. Vokes going to try to get it to his teammate Ace. Ace going to take his time to control the ball. He's one-on-one. Berkey up early. Good touch by Berkey. Vokes going to hit this one down. Winter's got time, but kind of chugged the boost there. Ace gonna get a 50, keep it on the Frost half as Blitz gonna bang out to the midfield. Is somebody there? No. Berkey back to Ace. Ace back to Winter. Winter's gonna hit this one down. Vokes gonna follow it up. Staw just gonna bang this one. Good pinch by Frost there, but it's just gonna end up back in the corner of the Wisp. And right now, Rockman, a lot of bang ball going around.
Yeah, and there's definitely going to be some nerves here in the grand finals. Like we mentioned, it's this is Nemesis history here on the line for the Wisps, and not only are you trying to win a championship for the Wisps, but you're trying to go 21-0, and it's a funny storyline. We'll see how it shapes out here, but the Wisps were actually one of the only teams in Nemesis to go 0-18 at one point. So if they can go 21-0, I mean, by golly, that is a great storyline. But yeah, the nerves are definitely a big reason why we're seeing a lot of boom ball and kind of thrown away possession. But as the series kind of goes on, these teams will dial in.
Yeah, going from one of the worst records in the league to potentially having the best record in league all-time history is a wild ride for this Wisp teams. But they're struggling to get going right now. I mean, they got a couple saves on one end, but they really just can't seem to find the passing plays that they're so accustomed to. And that's thanks to a lot of the contests here by Frost at their own goal line and at the midfield in these bangs that are forcing Wisp to just get these interesting touches, and a double miss. Almost went in. Oh my gosh, Rocker Man. They almost let that by.
Yeah, that one is so close on the defensive end. Luckily, the Wisps were able to get it away, and now they're trying to go on the attack here, but another big save comes through, and yeah, this Wisp team trying to lock it down on the defensive end, but they got to turn it into offense here. And like you mentioned, they got to try to find each other, because that's when these Wisps are at their best, is when they can find these passing plays.
Absolutely. This Winter is going to bang it downfield. Once again, this Frost team is on offense. And this Wisp team's got to get going here, otherwise they could lose this first game. Ace going to not get a touch on that. Berkey's up. That's dangerous. Winter's up. Shot on net, but it's just not strong enough. Blitz pre-jumped it perfectly. Blitz gonna follow this one up. Gets bumped off the ball. Fake challenge by Berkey there. Winter, no touch. Berkey's gonna follow this one. Try to go for a 50. Smart play by Berkey. Stop. Big bang. Downfield. Folks gonna control it. Play this smart off the sidewall. Try to get it down to his teammate, but no one's there upfield on the other end. And I think that's the big problem for this Wisp teams right now, Rocket Man, is they just don't seem to have their positioning on point as they usually do.
Yeah, they're just not quite there, and with the final seconds ticking away here, they're gonna have to try to find one. Otherwise, this one is gonna be going to Frost.
It is looking like that will be the case, as Staw gonna bang this one to his side. Gonna be up for this, follow it up. A little bit of Max, no. As Winter is gonna let this one almost, and it's gonna ground.
Yeah, and Frost gonna come through on the game 1 victory, and yeah, they really played solid. I mean, it was the one goal that was the difference there early on from Stawify, and then from there on out, there was just there was not a lot from really either team, to be honest with you. Both teams kind of just held that line, tried to find a couple shots, a couple saves came through, but I mean, yeah, Frost did what they need to do, and like I mentioned, if you're the underdogs here, you got to come out with the game 1 victory. They did that, and now, you know, Wisps are the one that are gonna have to find an answer in game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. As Wisp gotta get things going. They can't wait until game 2 or game 3 to get the ball rolling. They gotta figure out the answer now in game 2, in my opinion, because going down 2 to Frost, it's not gonna be good, because all it takes is for Staw to have 1 or 2 good games, you know, and Berkey to Winter to be the complementary pieces for them to take this series, and I just don't think Wisp wants to be in that spot moving forward.
Yeah, definitely not a spot you want to find yourself in. I think we'll see a more aggressive Wisp team, and I think they'll start finding each other. Like we saw in that first round series against Ignite, they kind of came out really flat and had to drop down 3-1 and brought it back. So good news for them is it's a long series, and when you've proven so far that you've been the best team in the regular season, yeah, these long series will definitely favor you, give you more opportunities to show what you're worth.
Absolutely, as this is a marathon, not a sprint. Winter gonna be up for this one. See if he can get the challenge. He can't. Blitz. Not going to be able to get over multiple defenders. Another risky spot. But no one for second man is there. Staw's going to have to re-challenge this one. Pops it up. Double commit there. Winter's going to follow this one up as well. But another double commit there on defense. They managed to get it out though. But this deep third coming out of Frost, it's smart. It's really smart, Rocker Man.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, it's paying dividends so far as they've been able to shut down the Wisps offense and not really even let them get anything. And the Wisps, like you mentioned, they've just kind of been banging the ball wherever. Stawify going to make a good touch there, but they have been playing, you know, some boomer ball, and maybe it's caught some teams off guard in the regular season, but not Frost too often. However, it does there as Ace throws it in the back of the net.
And just as we say, Ace coming crashing on through. No backboard defense. Berkey did not get the boost at Staw. Just not going to expect his teammate to get a no-touch, as this Wisp teams has got the lead early on. Winter going to get a good 50 off the kickoff. Staw tries to follow it up, but can't get a touch. Berkey also not getting the 50 he usually prefers. A downfield 50 is usually what this Frost team prefers, and they're just not getting the best. So Blitz is going to go, but that's almost high. Blitz gets it.
That one somehow squeaks its way in there as it was banged off the backboard. Vokes was looking for the follow, and so much respect for Vokes right there, and they're not ready for Blitz to bounce that one in. And that's kind of one of my favorite shots there, Coin. A lot of times when the defense is like that, they don't expect you to bounce it in, and you know, it works out perfectly there, and the Wisps right back in this thing up 2-0.
Wisps coming out strong after that loss, almost trying to go for 3, as Staw's going to follow this one. But Wisp doing a very good job at placing that ball on the backboard and then having somebody connect there as second man to follow up. And that's really just the key, in my opinion, for this Wisp teams. If they can abuse the backboard of Frost, and Frost just can't manage to get somebody up there, this Wisp team is going to have an easy night, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, as this one gonna drop right down to Winter, gonna come right back, and the backboard being abused on the other side, actually.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I did not expect to see a lot of the backboard come into use for this Frost team, but I'm very pleased to see that it is. I mean, this is another thing that this Frost team can do as well. I mean, Wisp isn't the only team that's capable of using the backboard. Every team is, as long as they can properly utilize it, properly have that second man there, and Frost just playing the right move. But that double commit could have costed them a goal there, as Blitz going to follow this one up. Berkey's gonna bid a big bang downfield with folks is ready. He's there. Almost gets the double. That's a double commit, and Ace is there for the shot.
Yeah, and the Wisps, they always have great follow-ups here. You see this one drop towards the net. Winter, a little bit awkward there. Invokes just enough to get a touch on that one. Ace, great follow-up. They're so quick on those turnarounds there. You give them an opportunity like that, they're going to put it in, and 3-1 now in favor of the Wisps.
Absolutely, as this Wisp team is known for those passing plays where they chuck the ball up and they say, second man, go get it. It's there. It's right there for you. And, you know, that's just how this Wisp team has to play. They have to play with no fear. They got to keep going. Keep the pedal going. As Stog gets a one-on-one spot, cut off by Ace. Winter can hit this off the backboard, but folks is there defending like we talked about. As right now, it's looking like all Wisps is Winter's gonna hit a bang. Can he get another touch? No, Staw, unfortunately getting a bump on his teammate. No one back there. Sturkey's gonna have to follow this. Gets it past one. Can he get to another one? That's down to Vokes. Vokes is gonna try to get an early pop. Can't. Winter downfield, back to blitz, and this Frost team's got to do a better job of controlling the ball. This is the one, you know, edge I said that Frost had over this Wisp team is controlling the ball. They can give that ball that man Staw and let him cook. You know, it's going to be good. And right now they're just doing a little bit too much banging.
Yeah, no, Stahl is definitely the player to watch out for if you're the Frost team, but, you know, the rest of these guys on Frost are solid too. They just got to find their way back into how they did in Game 1. They had a solid offensive showing and, you know, kind of forced the Wisps to really bang the ball, and you know, right now they just haven't been able to connect on the offensive end, and Wisps have really, they're the ones with the pressure in this game number 2 right now, and Frost trying to find it back right here as they're finding a couple shots on net.
Yeah, very close for Frost. They're trying to get something to fall off 1 minute. They're going to need something here. Staw off the back wall. Can somebody follow it up? Berkey's there, but gonna get 50'd. Can somebody here? Winter follows it up, and no second man available. That's a bang. Downfield. Ace tries to go for the bump. Staw back out to Vokes. Vokes not getting the touch he's looking for, but it doesn't matter. All this Wisp team has to do is hold on, and they will win game number 2. The double bump. No.
Oh my gosh, that one, it was lined up but no boost and no pace on the ball, and well, that's probably to chalk it up for game 2, but a heartbreaking way for Frost to go down.
Oh, tragedy strikes as the open net. Plenty of time was there. There is such a thing as taking too much time on the ball rocker, man, and you know, maybe that's what this Frost team is doing a little bit of as well.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit too much time there, you know, just not knowing the urgency of the situation, not trusting in the second demo there, which was a great play, but you know, it happens sometimes, and you know, it's a long series here in the grand finals, and Wisps, though, they are going to come out with a very impressive performance. They're able to bring it back, and that's kind of the Wisp team that we were looking for, that we've seen so many times, and it just seems to me, Coin, it's almost like they can just turn it on whenever they want. It's like, oh, you know, we played bad in that last game. All right, let's just go be the 20-0 Wisps right now, and then they just do that, and that's how they played in that game too. And if they can continue that, you know, like we've seen, they can just roll teams.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And they had a slow going in game number 1, but they found the passing plays. They found that backboard. And that's the key is, you know, they have to make sure that they conserve that boost, challenge this Frost team, don't get stuck on defense, and then do a good job at transitioning. I mean, this is novice, so we're not expecting anything too crazy, but the one thing we know that this Wisp team can do is bang that ball off the backboard and throw somebody up there. And they just didn't do enough of that in game 1. And also Frost just did a really good job at having one back. And they didn't do as good of a job of throwing somebody up on that back wall as they did in game number 1. And that's a big part of why they struggled so much in game number 2.
It was, and we'll have to see. Can they get back to that? I mean, this game 3, like we've seen in many of these series, it's a long series, but a crucial game number 3, Coin, for both these two teams is, oh no.
No, they can't do that. That is the one thing that this Frost team can't do, is they can't double commit Hezzy as Berkey He's not able to get the touch. Somebody's got to challenge for that ball earlier. I don't know what's going on in the comms, but somebody in the plan has got to be going for that. As that's an interesting kickoff. Ooh, could have been deadly. Oh, Berkey. It's a nice touch. Ace, that's an awkward one. Can somebody follow it? Winter, top left. Winter ties it up.
And good answer from Frost after a certified novice moment on the defensive end. But yeah, this one, Wisp just kind of let it go. And if you give Winter some time and space, I mean, look at that placement. Absolute power in the top left.
Top left banks for Winter there as they tie it up, telling us that they are going to be competitive in the series. Staw tries to get one on net, but the bump kind of blocks him from getting a goal. Winter's going to be last back, gets a touch. An important one at that. Good 50 out to the midfield. Staw going to bang this one out. Out to Berkey. Back to Vokes here. Can Vokes follow it up? One touch by Vokes. Winter just can't get to it.
Yeah, that one, Vokes, I mean, a good read off the sidewall to send it in, but this, I think, should be one that the defense should save. It wasn't super powerful, and Winter was there, but just no boost, I guess, to follow that one. And, I mean, Vokes, great shot there to give his team the lead.
Absolutely is. I couldn't agree more. He has to jump there. I mean, even if he doesn't get the touch he's looking for, you gotta throw yourself at the ball sometimes. It's gonna go downfield, but no, there's somebody there waiting in net. That's a good touch out to Vokes. Staw is gonna try to see if he turned for this, but get stuffed by Blitz. Good bump there. Winter with a satellite save. Good save by Winter. Just banging it downfield again. Blitz out to Staw. Staw gets a nice pop up. Can he get the double? No, he can't, but Winter, no touch. Berkey's gonna have to get something meaningful here as Winter cuts off Staw. The man they're gonna need to get going here. They're gonna win. Ooh, top down. As right now, this is looking like all Wisp, Rocker Man.
Yeah, they're really putting on some pressure, and it's forcing Frost to a couple double commits, a couple mistakes that are uncharacteristic from them this season, and that's what a great team like the Wisp can do to you. As a huge demo comes through, Ace trying to drop it down. It's rolling, but good clear away, and yeah, Frost just got to find a way to focus up, lock down these rotations, and, you know, don't get too over-pressured by this Wisp squad.
Absolutely, as getting smothered by the Wisp is going to be a recipe for disaster with the Frost. That's a good bang out, but somebody's got to be there to follow. Staw just doesn't have anything. Goes for a bang, forces Vokes to make an awkward touch here. Staw out to the midfield. Another awkward touch coming out of this Wisp team. This is what Frost has to take advantage of. They have to take advantage of these mistouches coming out of Wisps.
Yeah, they do. That's the one thing in a grand finals like atmosphere. Mistakes are just magnified. And, you know, whenever there's a mistake that happens, you got to capitalize this. Oh my goodness, Winter off the backboard. Wow.
Winter coming back there with an answer of his own. A double tap with limited boost, and he's going to get it right past a defender, too. That is no slouch clip for that man, Winter.
My goodness, I mean, that is a highlight reel play here in the Novice Grand Finals. My goodness, Winter, what a shot.
What a shot for Winters. As a highlight on the books is going to be good for the man himself. But can they get a win? That is what they're fighting for right now, off the back of that goal. As clips aren't the only thing you need in order to win games. Saw, he's got time, he's got space on the ball. Can he do it though? Oh, and Winter just not able to get a touch off the cross-passing play. Blitz down to Vokes. Vokes can't connect. Ace gonna try to follow this one up. No. Staw is gonna not get a touch on this, Vokes. Gonna follow this one. Staw gonna go for a fake, but Blitz is there. He's not gonna fall for it. Winter's gonna shadow this one. Try to bang it to his teammate, but teammate turns back. Staw just gonna hit this one downfield. One back for this Frost team. Berkey's in an awkward space. Almost an own goal. Rocker Man.
Oh my goodness, I thought for sure that was going to be the end of Frost there in this game number 3, but they lock it down. But again, that's the concern for this Frost squad, is they can get, as soon as they get a little panicked on the defensive end, that's the type of pressure that the grand finals can put into you, especially when you're facing an undefeated team.
Absolutely, as both teams are just so close in competition right now. I mean, all it really takes is some mistakes to be capitalized on the other end. and one of these teams could win. But it's looking like we might go to OT based on what is happening. That's a big pop. Blitz is gonna pop it down. Winter's there though. He's gonna dish it to his man Staw. Staw pops it up. But no, folks, just gonna dish it away again. Berkey's gotta get a big bang with this. He does. Will this one be landed? Berkey is gonna ground it, and we are going to overtime.
Yeah, overtime here in Game 3, a crucial game for both these teams. It's still early on in the series, but with the way these teams are going, it seems like every game is going to matter so much more. And it is the grand finals, but these two teams are so evenly matched that it seems like you got to find these game wins when you can get them, especially in overtime.
And that was one that could have been on the books for this team. And Staw's going to take it all the way down, and he's going to score.
Yes, Stahl taking it over the defense here, just catching him off here. I'm not really sure. It looks like Vokes tried to get up to it, but he ended up being third man, and the rest of the Wisp squad not quite ready for that one. A good play there from Stahl to send it in, and Frost gonna be able to come back there, win this game number 3, and give themselves a 2-1 lead.
Frost 2-1 as they're coming on strong. I mean, Wisp had a lot of the momentum there early on in that game, and Frost just found a way to come back off the back of that man Winter. Winter had a great breakout game. I mean, he was struggling earlier on, but man, did he have a good game. And that's also what, this Frost team needs. They need another man to step up, Rocker Man.
Yeah, they definitely do. You can't, if you make it to the grand finals, you can't just be a one-man team. There are times where it can work out, and you can maybe push your way through a couple of wins, but you cannot make it to the grand finals and win it unless you have everyone stepping up. And do we have Winter stepped up there in that game? Obviously, Stallify with the dagger in overtime to win it, but yeah, Winter was definitely performing well. They're gonna need more of those performances in this game number 3 if they're gonna want to take this 3-1 series lead.
Absolutely, as that is what they were going for. I think this is a must-win for Wisp. I don't know if Wisp can win 3 consecutive games against this Frost team based on how they're playing. Now, maybe we can see a little bit of a Frost collapse, but Wisp have got to come out strong here and play their game, play that backboard, get the ball rolling. They cannot get stuck in spots that they're uncomfortable with, as Blitz gonna bang this off his own back ball. Good demo by Ace. As that ball is just sitting there. Winter and Berkey have limited boost, but Winter he's got boost, but he's not gonna be able to get it to go. Stop. Out to Blitz. Down to Ace. Winter got a lot of time here, but decides to bang down. Vokes there playing that good backboard defense. Blitz, awkward drop down. Staw can't get it to connect. Vokes, he's got time and space. Opts to bang it as Winter gonna bang it straight back. Berkey gonna pop it up for his team, but Ace is gonna cut it off. And what another cutoff play by Ace.
Yeah, and that's the thing the Wisp do so well. They're so quick, and Ace just jumping up, Starfire not quite ready for that type of speed. They would have sent to the net, and it's a great start here in Game 4.
Absolutely, as they're going to need every goal they can get. It is one after the next for this Wisp team. They just got to put one foot in front of the other one, and that could be detrimental, and it is. As a bump, going to give Staw a goal.
Yeah, this one just going to go right in, and I mean, Berkey just erased the defender, and of course it bounces off the car and goes in. I mean, that, it happens sometimes. I mean, good bump, I guess when you do good things like a bump, it can lead into good results.
Absolutely, as eliminating the last defender, even if it's a slow go, it can still go in, especially in novice, when the recoveries are probably the slowest in the league. Is Berkey gonna try to get it to go, but just shanks one part. Winter, awkward spot, but dishes it to another corner. Gonna get demoed. Nobody's back. Will second man be there? No! Second man won't be there! And Staw makes a good clear. And again, Staw following it up. Can he get a second touch? He can. Staw gonna follow this one up. Gets a 50. Going coast to coast on his 50s, but can't seem to find the net. But great clear by that man, Staw, Rocker Man. I mean, he's been playing good. He's playing really good so far.
Yeah, he definitely is. And this one, not quick, and he find that touch, but Winter can help him out here. And yeah, you're gonna need that full team effort here if you're gonna want to win. And like we mentioned, this is such a crucial game for Wisps here to try to take advantage of. Hopefully for their sake, they're able to do it and give us a close series. But if Frost can pull this one out, put themselves one win away from a championship, I mean, the pressure will most definitely be on. I won't say it's over because we've already seen the Wisps come back from 3-1 in the playoffs. But this one, just such an important game for both sides.
Absolutely, as a win for Frost here would be, in a way, a dagger. I mean, they still got to close it out, but that is the biggest mountain, in my opinion, for this Frost team. If they can do that, I just don't see how this Wisp team can come back based on the gameplay we're watching in front of us. They got to get these passing plays going, but so far this Frost team's playing really good defense. They are protecting that back wall. They're doing a really good job at protecting the back wall, and it's slowing down this Wisp team. Staw out to Berkey. Berkey, another bang. He's playing good defense here, and that clear is going to be good for Staw, Rocker Man. I mean, I'm surprised.
Yeah, Stahl just gonna bang it down, and this is another time that one goes over one defender, not expecting the power, I guess. That's the second or third time we've just seen the Wisps, I guess, too far up on the aggression, and Frost has been able to catch them out. So another big mistake from them here, and well, they find themselves in a hole here. Got to try to battle back in this one, but it just seems like Frost, they've been able to find some good capitalization catching the Wisp team out.
Absolutely, as right now, Frost is one game away from having a 3-1 lead as Berkey just not able to connect there. Staw gonna keep it back into the play. He's gonna go for a bump here, but he can't find it. Blitz cannot connect either, as this Wisp team is falling apart in front of our eyes. Berkey's up for the double, can't get it, but right now, a lot of bang ball coming out of this Wisp end, and they gotta do a better job at controlling this ball, Rocker Man.
Yeah, they do. That's the one thing that we've seen. They've been banging the ball away. That was their downfall in game one, and then they got caught out on the defensive end a couple of times. But yeah, they, like we mentioned, they are really good at finding each other. That's why they were the best novice team in the regular season. That's why they hadn't lost a single game, because they know how to lock in and pass the ball to each other. But Frost is doing a pretty good job of cutting it off and forcing Wisps into bad positions, as this one is going to work out as a pass, just able to get it around the defense.
And just as you say that, Winter gonna try to connect, but pushes up just a little bit too far, but not far enough, as he needed to jump for that. Just one of the players is getting beat to the ball, and he's just not expecting that kind of shot coming through for this Wisp teams. And Blitz is gonna keep his team alive here. Can he get a goal before overtime? Ace is gonna be up that man, but can't connect. Vokes tries to get a shot on net. He does, but it's not gonna go. Berkey, awkward. Staw there, but right now, once again, Wisp is on the back foot, but they're in it. They're in this, Rocker Man. They're in this game.
Yeah, they definitely are, and an opportunity here, but can be cleared away. And yeah, with 30 seconds left, the Wisps, like you mentioned, this is such a big game for them. This could easily turn the tide of the series if Frost can find a way to get this victory. Is looking for a pinch, and Vokes, he sends it down. Is it in? No, it's off the post. The follow-up. Oh my goodness, Ace, he can't touch it. Oh, calamity for the Wisps. That could have been the dagger, but instead they're trying to battle back at the other end. Frost doing something here. Stallfine, he's able to send it down towards the net. He finds a bump. The follow-up. Oh, it's going to be cleared away. And my goodness, chaos to end this game number 4. We've got overtime.
Somehow we are in OT right now off of what seemed like an easy shot on net. Wasn't so easy for that Wisp team, and now they're on defense playing for their life, Rocker Man. I mean, they are really playing for their life. If they lose this game, I do not think that they are going to be able to win this series. I mean, I do not think that they're going to be able to pull off a mini reverse sweep. It's going to be too hard. The margins are too close. His Blitz is not going to get a connect on that ball. Vokes is going to get scored on, and Frost is up 3-1.
Frost is going to go up 3-1. A huge miss here. Once again, it's the last man that just doesn't quite find a touch in Vokes. I mean, impossible position to find yourself in on the defensive end. And my goodness, Frost come up 3-1 here in this series, looking to stop the undefeated streak of the Wisp here. And the Wisps are going to go ahead and call the timeout here before they head into the next game. And I mean, I am back in that timeout here, as they are down 3-1 in this series, and I mean, Coin, they got to find a way to regroup.
They do, and that one was rough, Rocker Man. I mean, that open net, no hitter, Whiff City was rough. Wisp cannot do that, and not only that, they can't beat themselves up for that. I mean, they cannot beat themselves up for that. I mean, it's our job to be talking about this, but they cannot be talking about it. They just got to go next. They got to play one game at a time, and they got to sweep this Frost team, essentially. They got a regular season sweep this Frost team, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be a mountain. I think it's time to get out the violin, as I think this might be the L for Wisp, but I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope that we see a Game 7 Rocker Man and we're going nuts, but this Frost team is looking really good, and this Wisp team is just not capitalizing on the mistakes that Frost is making.
Yeah, they really aren't, and obviously that last last second goal, their last 10 seconds of regulation is going to come back to haunt them because it was an open net, an opportunity, but just a miscommunication. But we have seen it before already, Coin, in the playoffs. They were down 3-1 to Ignite in the first round there, an Ignite team that looked very hot coming out of the play-in tournament. So, they definitely can do it. Obviously, this is a different level of competition, a different level of pressure, going up against the 2 seed in the grand finals. Your perfect season is on the line here. The pressure is definitely higher, but, the Wisps, they can do this, Coin. If there's any team in any of the leagues that could pull this off, it's got to be the Wisps here. But they got to channel back to their passing plays, and you get back to what made them good in the regular season.
Absolutely. They got to get back to that Wisp game that they've known so well. The passing plays, the abusing the back wall. But I think they're facing a brick wall that is this Frost team. Frost is doing a very good job at defending that backboard. And I just don't think if this Wisp teams are used to it. I just don't. So far, it just seems like they're just banging on that back wall when there's somebody there, and then Frost is able just to bang it right back to them. But the difference is that Frost is able to bang on that open net because Wisp plays such an aggressive third man. And they got to switch something up, but so close. What a save by Staw.
Yeah, that was almost an insane play right there. But yeah, for the Wisps here, trying to battle back, you got to start out with the first goal, in my opinion. And, they definitely have made the most mistakes in this series, and I think that's why Frost has been up. But, there's no more time for error here, Coin. You got to capitalize on every opportunity you're given. And if you're the Wisps, once again, you got to lock down and, prove why you have won 20 straight games this season.
Absolutely, as right now, that would be a record if they were to win 3 in a row. It's a big one, but like you said, they got to go one at a time. Focus on getting those passing plays. I saw a couple bumps and demos coming out from this Wisp teams, and that's another thing that they can add to their arsenal to put more pressure on the Frost. But they cannot play scared. They got to play exactly how they are right now and just march downfield one at a time. As that is a shot on net. Berkey dishes out to the side. Vokes gonna try to get it past one. He gets it. Gets the 50. Is second man gonna be ready? Winter does not get a touch. Second man is not ready. As right now, back on defense is this Wisp team. Vokes gonna follow this up. Winter, no! The whiff! The whiff! We cannot be seeing this out of this Wisp teams. The whiffs cannot come through, Rocket Man.
Yeah, no, like I said, there's no more time for errors as Vokes got to try to get back to this one. And the Wisps, they just look scared right now here, Coin. You can't be scared. You got to be confident. You are the team to beat here, but they are not playing like it right now in this Game 5. You can see the nerves, the pressure, the expectations might be weighing on them here, and they just need to lock in and focus up.
Absolutely, as it seems like right now the Wisps are pulling out the whistle bat, but they cannot. They got to connect with this ball. That's a good touch by Ace down to Vokes. He churns. This is good so far. So good. That's a great pass away. Good contest by Blitz, and this is what this team has to do. They just got to contest them at that goal line. I mean, if you're going to do this bang ball, you got to have somebody following it up. And so far, they're doing this towards the second half of this game. Good save by Berkey, but man, the defense from Frost has been fantastic.
Yeah, he really has. They have locked down on the defensive end as they're trying to push this one in. Oh, but two teammates collide. That one could have been a great opportunity, but not able to do it. But yeah, this Frost defense has been impeccable. They have shut down every single shot attempt that the Wisps have gotten here. I mean, 5 shot attempts on their end, but they're going to have to try to stop another one. Is this one fired towards the net? Out of the midfield. Here comes Vokes, and they finally put one through.
Vokes getting it on through with that relentless pressure. It was looking scary there before this second half, but Wisp just locked in, and they started putting shot after shot after shot on target. I mean, the amount of shots they have in this second half is massive. I mean, it was pretty close in shots earlier on, but now they are shutting down this Frost team. Frost have 0 shots on net, Rocker Man. Nothing.
Yeah, they do. Not even one. Well, they're going to get one here. Winter going to try to bump Blitz. Finally get the first shot and force a tough save. But yeah, the Wisps just have a lot of pressure here, as that is their 8th shot on net, 8-1 in the shot department. So they are putting it on. But still, they do look a little bit nervous. They really need, I really feel like they need one more just to kind of get the security blanket. And if they can get that one more and take this game, they're going to be feeling very confident in going ahead into game 6.
I couldn't agree more. They cannot let this go to OT. They cannot let this man Staw or this man in Winter get one of those goals. As Berkey almost put me up on that scoreboard list with a, oh, so close. Can somebody follow? Berkey's there, but he's just gonna get dunked by Ace. Ace crashing on through. Who's gonna follow here for the Wisps? And it's that man Vokes.
And it's Vokes again. You call on his name there to step up. This one, not too much boost, but he's just going to be able to get it right around Berkey. A little bit of a double commit, but it doesn't matter. The Wisps get the security blanket here, up by 2 goals here. Just got to hold it down. Get yourselves to game 6. Take it one at a time.
Absolutely, as another goal by the Wisps is going to be big, as they're going to need to win this next game if they're going to want to march on forward and get 3 in a row. Now looking like it's going to be 2 in a row. Blitz off the sidewall. Could this be the dagger? No, touchdown there. And they can't give up a goal too. That's another thing. I mean, I get that they're trying to go for another goal for the dagger, and that's going to be it.
Oh, yeah, what a bump right there. Bliss just going to send it down and just watch out below. Here comes Ace, and he said, see you later, Berkey. We're going to take this game number 5 here and get ourselves right back into this one. And, I mean, this is the answer you need coming out of the timeout on this one. Just an absolute drumming from the Wisps. And now they're going to put themselves into game 6. You have to wonder, does Frost consider taking the tactical timeout here in the grand finals? I don't know if they will here after this game. Maybe wait until see how game 6 fares, but I wouldn't be opposed to a coin to call the timeout here. Just shut down the Wisp one more time, using everything to your advantage here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they could wait one more, but I don't know. I think it's a tough decision because if you wait till the next one, you wait till that game 7, now you got a timeout right before the big game. But on the other end, do you want to go 7 games with this Swiss team? I mean, I don't think so. So I'm going to have to go along and agree with you there and take the timeout. But it's close.
Yeah, it's a tough decision either way here, and I know Frost appears to be thinking it over. It looks like they are going to send us right into Game 6. This is probably the conventional style coin here, is to take it and, once you get to match point here, then call a timeout. That's what we see in majority of the time. So that's what they're going to do. But, I mean, Forbidden Temple, Novice League, this is Cinema Coin craziness. Can we see the undefeated season stay alive for one more game, or can Frost finish them off?
Whoa, almost the first goal from Frost, but Winter just up a little bit too far, a little bit too fast, as they are now opening the door for this Wisp team to potentially get 3 in a row. And the Wisp been playing better Rocket League, but Frost has been struggling on defense a lot more than we saw earlier on, as Ace almost gets a nice double there. This dog gonna follow this one up. Vokes out to Ace. Can Ace get the touch? He can. Getting a 50, but a double commit coming out of this Frost team. And Blitz, all he has to do is put this on target, and it's going to be good.
You can't give up a goal like that here. Frost even so solid, but this is just an unforced double commit. Berkey and Staffy both going for that one, and you give Blitz an open net like that, he's going to get it right in, and the Wisps trying to come back from this 3-1 deficit.
Absolutely is right now. They're playing for their lives. They really are. I mean, one game is all it takes, and folks go sneak it on in, and we could be seeing a game number 7, Rocker Man.
Yeah, we very well could, as this one just going to go by the defense. Another unforced error on Frost's end, and they are feeling the pressure for sure, and this is kind of why I wanted them to call the timeout. You know, it's unconventional, in my opinion, to call that timeout, you know, after that last game, but you can kind of see why. Frost, they seemed a little bit shooken up after the last game, and right now, you can definitely see it as it's 2-0 Wisp, and they're looking for a third. Berkey can't connect this. Those folks can't finish. And that one, wow, if they would have got that one in, you could almost chalk this up for a game 7.
I would absolutely agree. And now, just as you say that, Ace is going to score. And this defense has absolutely fallen apart. The double commits from this Frost team, I mean, they look like a well-oiled machine on defense. And all of a sudden, when the pressure's on, when the light is bright, they just can't seem to handle it right now. And they got to lock in. They got to calm down and lock in, Rocker Man.
Yeah, no, something is broken in that Frost engine right now. I'm not sure what it is, but it is definitely being pressured right now as the Wisps are. This is what I talked about. They can just turn it on, it seems like. And I think Frost is really feeling the pressure, feeling like, hey, we're one game away from a championship here, from taking down the undefeated Wisps. But they're really thinking too much about that and not about, let's just win this game.
Absolutely, as the Frosts have gone cold. Dog gonna bang this one outfield, but folks is just gonna be there to bang it right back and follow it and get a better touch and a shot. And in my opinion, that could be the dagger for this game.
Yeah, very well, maybe already. You don't want to call it too early, but I mean, this is 4 goals unanswered, and Frost, they've only got 1 shot to their name, and they just haven't done anything. It seems like a total collapse on the defensive end, and you know, right now, Coin, you got to lock in, and you just got to get back to what you were doing well, which was being solid on the defensive end and forcing the Wisp into bang ball. And, you know, they could have a chance to bring it back, but you got to start some sort of momentum here in this game number 6. If they get absolutely blown out of here, Coin, the timeout, I mean, you can try to have it save you, but I don't know if it will.
Oh, it's a double whiff there, putting Dawn in an awkward spot, but I couldn't agree more. It's not going to do much, in my opinion. You know, timeout can let you say more words and let you say stuff, but it's not going to be able to fix the mistakes that they're making right now. Unless they change it up. They listen to whoever's saying that and they make the switch up, then it might be able to make a difference, but I just don't know if they're going to fix these kinds of mistakes as then, you know, a 2-minute timer. Staw with a nice 50 giving life to his team after 7 minutes of unanswered goals.
Yeah, no, and right when you were talking about, you know, what are they going to have to talk about after the next game? I mean, Frost, they kind of just turned it around, started to get a little more pressured. That was a great little 50 underneath by Stallify. And, you know, 2 minutes, 25 seconds. This is Forbidden Temple after all. This is the Novice League. So things can happen here. I wouldn't quite chalk this up to a Wisp win just yet.
Absolutely, as anything can happen. 2 minutes are on the clock here. Winter is going to get a dish out. Passing it to Berkey. That's off the back wall, but no, Vokes is there for a clear. Staw with a bang on net. Ace, not the best touch. A bump almost goes through, but oh my gosh, Vokes, what a save.
Oh my goodness, Vokes with the hero save. I thought for sure that was going to be the second one in the net for Frost, but good defense by him. And I mean, Wisp really needed that. If that goal goes in, Frost is like exuding confidence, but it doesn't, and it stays at 4-1. So Wisp just got to stay strong here, and they can send us to Game 7.
Absolutely, as that is what it's looking like as 1 minute 30 seconds is on the clock. Winter forced to dish it out, but Blitz is going to be there, and now Berkey in an awkward spot on D. Winter pops it up. That's on target. And that's going to be another goal.
That's another goal for the Wisp. They are feeling it right now. Still, even after that pressure from earlier, Ace forcing a double commit, and Vokes, he's right there to follow. And again, it's night and day, Coin. These are 2 different Wisp teams that we've seen in this series. It was pre-timeout, post-timeout. They are 2 completely different teams. Just way more aggression after the timeout, and 5-1 now, hunting for this Game 7.
Absolutely, and they're doing a better job at controlling the ball. I mean, when it's on their own end, they're banging it, and that's just going to be the dagger. Dagger, Game 6. We're going to Game 7, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a crazy one. Can this Frost team turn it around? That's the question.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at. 6-1 now with a minute 6 remaining. Yeah, there's not much Frost is going to be able to do, but yeah, I mean, in this last minute here, Quinn, Frost, they got to focus on making some just solid plays. Don't allow any more goals. Don't get sent to Brazil.
The Brazil.
And the Brazil is out. Get your plane tickets, everybody. Pack your luggage. We're heading there. The Wisps are, you're saying, hey, 7-1, it's a Brazil. That's also where we're going. Game 7 up next. And, I mean, they are just pouring it on.
Oh, man. A first-class ticket to Brazil. They got a one-way trip. And they got to make the adjustments now if they're going to ever find a way to get a ticket back to the mainland. As it's not looking hot. Frost on their own back end. This could be another goal, but Winter with a nice clear. They got to make the adjustments, like you said, now. They cannot wait until next game. Just try to get something going on the offensive end. Don't stack on defense. Don't double commit on defense. Make all of the corrections now, or you're still in the game. And don't leave it to the chitter chatter of the timeout.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, with 20 seconds here, there's not too much they can do at this point. I wanted to see a little bit more as the game went on, as they're trying to find one more. But yeah, it's going to be up to Frost here. They're almost certainly going to call their timeout here. But I mean, this is the season on the line. This is the championship on the line, Coin. It's going to all come down to one singular game. Can the Wisps' undefeated season survive, or can Frost avoid choking a 3-1 lead?
You know, I said get out the violins, but I was right. I just meant for Frost, not for Wisps. You know, that's what I meant. And you know, I think we're gonna use the same analogy. I think it's done for Frost. I mean, I really counted this Wisps teams out. I did not think that they were able to make the switch up. And that man, folks, 1,000 points, Rocker Man.
Yeah, he almost got to 1,000, 968, but I mean, my goodness. I mean, 4 goals, 3 saves. He is trying to put on a clinic for his team. And, I mean, he's got to do it one more time. And Coin, heading into Game 7, we got the Game 7 alert ready to go. And, I mean, how does Frost, how do they even, what do you even talk about in this time out here, Coin, if you're trying to come back? I mean, you just kind of got blown out in Game 6. You had a 3-1 lead. The pressure is on. What do you do here?
You got to conserve that boost, play that backboard, play the good transition defense that you're known to playing, and catch this Wisp teams overcommitting. Stop banging the ball to this Wisp teams, because they're just going to play a better bang ball than you're playing right now. And not only that, they're going to bang it to one of their teammates. And Frost is just too much of a defensive team to really do that. If they want to do that, they got to put somebody upfield to catch that ball and then put it on target. But it seems like they like having 2 to 3 back, so if they want to transition, they're going to have to get those big bangs when that third man is up and play the close goal differential and just squeak out a win. I think that's their key to victory.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. They caught the Wisp out so many times in these games. That's how they won. It's catching out that third man, just like you said. And if Frost can do that here in Game 7, they could become the champions. But Wisps, I mean, with Nemesis history on the line, the pressure is going to be super high in this game, Coin. I mean, it all comes down to this. These teams have played for nearly 4 months, and now they've got one more game here to determine it all. And the pressure is most definitely going to be on.
The pressure is on, and the pressure is all off the Wisps right now. They are in full motion. Can Frost come back? That's the question. It's not can the Wisps come back now. It's can Frost come back. Can Frost close this out in 7? And we're about to find out as Winter gonna follow this one up. Gonna get an interesting 50. And that could be a quick one, but no, it's wide for Frost. Oh my gosh, Frost is getting away with murder there as they stay alive. Winter off the sidewall, gonna follow this one up. Good 50, but folks gonna dish it out. That's dangerous. Staw, awkward and net, and that's gonna be a goal for Blitz.
Oh my goodness, Ace almost hits the angle of his lifetime here. Look at this drop down. It's going just off the post, and Blitz gonna follow it in, 15 it off a Stallify into the back of the net. And I didn't get to talk about it, Coin, but in Game 7, this first goal is so massive, and especially after coming off of Brazil, Frost did, and giving up the first goal, they have got a absolute mountain to climb if they're gonna want to bring it back.
Absolutely, as right now an early lead for the Wisps is going to be scary. The Star trying to go for an air dribble bump, just can't get it to go. Berkey shot on net, and it's going to be good. Berkey ties it up for this Frost team.
And what an answer from Berkey right here. This ball off the sidewall, and he places it with perfection. I mean, look at it. That is the one spot that he could not get to on the defense, and great answer from Berkey to tie this thing up.
And that's another player I was just about to get to. Is Berkey's had kind of a quiet series so far, and he's got to get it going, and there he is. There he is when his team needs him to get going. Winter got going at one point. Saul got going at one point. Berkey has got to get more involved here if this Frost team is going to win, and he's got a good 50 there, but it's going to go to Vokes. He's going to take control of this. Vokes has got a lot of time, but Winter just diving at it. Absolute confidence. Staw is going to be there, but he's going to leave Berkey back in an awkward spot. Now 0 back for the last man, and that's just going to go straight on target. Given an easy save to Winter when he had no boost. I mean, that could cost this Wisp team is the lack of control on the offense.
Yeah, that's what haunted them earlier, was the lack of control and just kind of banging the ball away. But this time, trying to find one there. But yeah, what they did well is these passing plays. If they can find these passing plays, as it's 1-on-1, Starfire off the backboard, the follow not going to go. And yeah, the Wisp, they got to find their passing plays, find their control. That is their key to success here in such an important Game 7, still tied at 1.
Still tied at 1-1. Berkey gonna try to pass us out. The double commits coming out for Wisp now as they're making the mistakes. Winter pops it up down to Staw. Staw is up, but gets 50 by Blitz. Ace gonna bang it downfield. That's a shot on net, but Vokes is there with 0. Ace with the redirect.
Oh.
Winter with a save! As the margins of errors are so close for both of these teams. Vokes gonna be up, gonna go low, gonna get 50'd. Winter gonna follow this one up, can't get it past, but Staw has got time. He's gonna opt to go to the sidewall. He's got 100 boosts to do something wild with, but dishes it out to Vokes. A good 50 by Winter. Berkey gonna try to get a shot, but it's not gonna be good. Ace gonna follow this one, marching downfield. And gonna get demoed, nobody back there but Berkey. Berkey gonna follow this one up. Can he get another touch? He can't. As Vokes gonna bang it down. No one there to connect. As right now, a lot of back and forth by both teams, Rockerman, but who's gonna break through? That's the question.
And both these teams are just trading blows right now, Coin. It seems like one after another, they are fighting for it, and I mean, it's gonna come down to one play from both these teams. One mistake even could be the difference between going home a champion or going home a loser. As Vokes, he's gonna put it in the net.
And just as you say that, a mistake comes on through for this Frost team. Winter, unfortunate backflip, and Staw just flips right past the ball, rushes to it a little bit too soon, and now Frost has got to get one goal. They just got to get one goal and hold this Wisp teams if they're going to want to take this Game 7 any further. As the pressure is all on this Frost team. Staw gonna try to get a pop, but he can't get it to go. Good 50 out to the midfield, but there's no one there. No one there for this Frost team. Good bang out by Berkey. Staw just not able to get there fast enough. Limited boost all around for this Frost team. This could be the dagger. Vokes is not gonna be able to get the touch he's looking for. That's down to the midfield. Staw gonna pop it up out to Berkey. Berkey not gonna be able to connect. That's an awkward touch by Blitz. Winter shot on net. It's not going to be good. Double save there by Ace. As that one's a fake. Berkey can't get a bump. Winter last back. But the bangs are given all the opportunities for this Frost team to come back. Staw off his own end. Can he get it done? No. Berkey forced to bang this one up in the air. And this could be the dagger. But no. Folks shakes it, but Ace is going to follow it up. That man Ace has been playing consistent this entire series, and he is what's gonna put the dagger on home for this Wisp team.
Hey, 33 seconds. I've seen crazier things. Unfortunate miss from Vokes there, but Ace, the clutch man, sends it in. And 33 seconds. Frost gonna need a miracle. Otherwise, it's Nemesis history.
Looking like Nemesis history, Rocker Man, as they're gonna need to make something happen. That is not what they need. Ace gonna pop it up, but it's to no one. The clock is ticking. Can Star connect? No, he can't. 15 seconds. Blitz is taking all the time in the world. Berkey drives past the ball. Man, oh man, can Star connect here? He goes for a bump, and this is looking like it's gonna be game, Rocker Man.
That's gonna do it as they send it down and send it away. Nemesis history. The Wisps have done it from 0-18 to 21-0. They are the Season 10 Novice League champions.
And just when I was calling them out, I mean, just when I was counting the Wisps out the first time, they come back and win 3 consecutive games. They make the turnaround they need to do, and they win.
Yeah, they did it, and my goodness, we doubted them a little bit. Well, I mean, maybe you doubted them a little bit. I had confidence in the West, maybe a little bit shaken confidence, but they did what they had to do there, and my goodness, Coin, they have done it, what no Nemesis team has done before, 21-0.
21-0 as they make league history. Congratulations to the Wisps. I mean, I don't really know who you bring up here. I mean, do you do an interview with one of these players? I think you have to after this.
Yeah, it looks like we got Vokes. We're going to drag him on in, the champion himself. Vokes, how are you feeling, my man?
Oh, feeling good. A little clammy. The hands are a little moist, but feeling good.
Oh, yeah, I bet after going to a game 7 here, Vokes, obviously a lot of talk about the undefeated season. No one has ever done it before. 21-0. Well, how is it like mentally trying to stay with your team here, knowing that every game you guys got a target on your back?
I mean, we're all like pretty mature and like smart guys, so mentally we're always sound. Like that's why even when we're down 3-1 or if we're down in a series, we know that mentally we have the strength to come back. So I wasn't even really worried at all. I just kind of tell them like each time I told them the same thing. I just said at the end of the day, it's been a great season. Even if we lose, we've had a good time. Like we're all buddies. Just go out there because I feel like if you try to correct things in the game, like needs to be more aggressive, more defensive, it kind of will mess people up and they'll overthink. So I just tell them just play how we play in scrims, just kind of play chill. And I mean, hey, it works. It's worked the last 2 times. So yeah, just kind of play for fun, play for each other.
And
Yeah,
play for each other. You guys did. Man, oh man. The passing plays coming out there in the ladder of the series. I mean, what was you guys' thought? I mean, you got staunch there in the first half, but what was the big turnaround in your mind?
I think Ace had mentioned in the timeout he was saying that we should be passing to each other more. I said that we should try to be vocal more. And Blitz really stepped up with the calling out and being vocal because usually he's more quiet, but he would let us know when they were doubling. He would let us know if the net's open. So like huge shout out to him for stepping up. Ace obviously stepping up for me because a big joke on the team is I can't score an open net. So usually Ace will come and clean it up for me, and which he did in this series. So big shout out to him. It was just a good team effort out there.
Absolutely. Man,
Yeah.
congratulations,
Thank you.
folks.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, folks. Congratulations once again, and thank you for joining us, and enjoy the win with your boys.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Enjoy the win, as that will be the last series of the night. Man, oh man, that Wisp teams look good in the second half, Rocker Man.
Oh, they definitely did, Coin, and I mean that is Nemesis history right there. 21-0. No one has ever done it
Wow.
before. The second perfect season in Nemesis history. So you got to give big props to them. And Coin, I do love the storyline that there was a Wisp team that was 0-18 to have that kind of full circle type of story from winless to undefeated. It definitely means a lot to the org over there. I know Jarhead and the boys are definitely feeling happy after that win.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to mention, it's crazy to say, but it's huge for this man Ace as well. I saw somebody say it in the the chat saying this man Ace has never won a championship, and now he's got one in the books locked up, and he's gonna celebrate with the boys. It's gonna be
Yeah.
good for this
Yeah.
Wisp teams.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing like winning your first championship, in competition like this. And, with the biggest prize pool in Nemesis history, the biggest competition we've had in Nemesis to date, to step up on this big stage, that's gotta be on top of the world for those guys. So big congratulations to them. And, that is gonna wrap it up for us tonight, Coin. I mean, it was a lot of fun to have you in the booth again. And, guys, we are not done. Well, we're done for tonight, but we're not done with the grand finals. We have 3 more grand finals coming your way on Wednesday. Challenger through Titan Coin. And I mean, these ones were pretty crazy. I mean, game 7, in the novice grand finals is insane. But I mean, those series are lined up to be absolute heaters.
Absolutely, as a bunch of finals games are scheduled here for Monday. We got a lot of crazy ones, Rocker Man. I mean, it's gonna be nuts. We have so many good matchups, and I'm looking forward to it, buddy.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be great. And that is going to wrap it up for us tonight. Quick shout out, Cow gifted another sub to Eternal J, and Jarhead, the GM, gifting out a celebratory sub in the chat for his org, getting the W. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to the Frost, or to Whis, sorry, and the Wyverns for taking the win here. Frost had a great season as well. But congratulations to the champions of Season 10. We will be back on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the Challenger League Grand Finals. Rival and Titan will follow that. So make sure you guys follow the channel. And we will see you guys then. Take care, y'all, and have a great night.
Have a nice night, guys.